Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, children of all ages. Welcome to. Let me see which one I'm gonna use tonight. I'm gonna use this one. The eye test. Woo-wee! We got us a loaded show. It's just like one of those baked potatoes from the barbecue place. You know what I'm talking about. And I got my boy Winston with me, and C-Dub's already in the green room or red room, whatever color we decided to paint it this week. Because look, man, look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to think back to when a week for the Falcons, Braves, Hawks, anybody was this freaking loaded. This week, I'm telling you, man, it's a stuffed potato with barbecue, butter, macaroni and cheese, collard greens, chitlins. Well, no, I don't eat chitlins, but y'all do. So you know,
you can leave this chitlin alone.
Hey, Winston, there's some folk.
Hey, whatever floats your boat.
And hey, look, and when they talk to me after eating them chitlins, I said, man, you talking shit.
Flat out.
What I tell you talking shit.
I tell you.
All right, I believe that's C-Dub waiting in the wings there. Let me go on ahead and bring him on in, because thing is that this thing is so deep. Let me see, C-Dub, you in here? C-Dub, there you go.
There you go.
Hey, give me. I can't hear you. If you cuss me, I can't hear you, so it's not gonna bother me.
All right, how about that? I had to take the mute button off.
Yeah. That's
they tend to work. They tend to work from time to time.
Hey,
yeah, you know.
C-Dub, they'll put that on the reporter's operator error.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was laying down and I was like, man, I'm about to fall asleep. And then I saw eye test coming on. I was like, oh no, I just saw the bat signal. I need to show out.
Yep. Hey, good to have you. You know, I'm glad to have you guys here with me, because see, I can't talk about all this by myself. All this that took place this past week. You know, all right. Now let's jump on in. All right. Going down the list. Atlanta Falcons get blown out in New Orleans, 48-17. There was a dubious play at the end of the game that we've all been fussing and talking about.
Yeah, crab trees.
And you know, if the discussion on that we're gonna put to the back, because see, you know, all three of us allowed to be fussing. See, I've been fussing with folk all day about it, but you know, hey. After that, at 12:10 a.m. on the 8th of this month, Arthur Smith is the very first casualty of Black Monday, where he is fired.
Hard. God, I did that too good.
Yeah. Give me that one more once. Give me that one more time.
All right. Arthur Smith, you're fired.
There you go. All right, there you go. Then the whipped cream, chocolate, and cherry on the Sunday, the press conference, which was a 5-car following too close, speeding on ice, running into the back of a garbage truck, gas truck, and nail truck all at the same time. Catastrophe. Because thinking people, considerating people, skeptical people, Columbo people, those of you who remember the show.
Oh, that was a great show.
We looking at this. with the side eye on the eye test.
Mm-hmm.
We giving it that stink eye on that one because
Yep.
that stunk to high heaven.
God, did it ever.
In my opinion. So, I fussed about this. We talked about this last night on Titus show when he did it, but we're gonna do it on our show here, and I'm gonna serve as moderator, like I normally do, and me and Winston do. So, I want to hear you guys' impressions, unfettered, uncut. Tell me what you think because today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
All of the partying and the juke jointing was Sunday and Monday. But it's examination time now.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
and, all right, Eric Parker says, "What's up, y'all?" All right, Eric, glad you're watching.
Come on.
Old Red Man, the unpaid guest star, is saying he'll be home soon. I'd say a prayer for the neighborhood he stay in.
We'll make sure we'll warm up. We'll try to warm up the seat for him, but you know how he is. He'll already have one warmed up.
Yeah, he an automatic seat warm himself. That's overkill. Hey, what you doing is overkill.
Exactly.
But Red's our boy. Red's our boy. It wouldn't be the same without him. I'm glad he's with us, and I'm looking forward to him coming in. Got 6 people watching the stream, guys. Hey, if you feel a liking to it, hit that like button. I mean, bust a hole in your phone if it don't take. Just that bam, done knock the snot out of it. Just make sure that thumbs up comes up because we really do appreciate you guys watching, and we hope that you get something from us, and we're gonna definitely give it to you. So I'm gonna shut up. Okay. Now count your blessings because I am shutting up. and I'll let either one of you gentlemen go right ahead.
Winston, you want to start first or how you want to go, man?
Go ahead, C-Dub. You the guy.
All right. Well, I kind of figure we're like family now. All right. First of all, John, I'm glad you're good now. We saw those pictures. We're sorry about your car, but we're glad you here. So thank you.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, that's no joke. Anytime any car accidents, we hear about, we take that to heart. So we understand, man. Prayer's been going out for you. So just letting you know. All right. The game was like a necessity. We had to get through that. All right. Then we went through that. And then, we're all, I know Winston, me and you, we were like bouncing to different shows, checking out what people were saying. But then 12:02, Tidy is like cussing out a New Orleans fan. And we're all trying to get his attention for 10 minutes straight because we got the news that Arthur Smith was fired. And it was fun. We were excited. But then we all ended up also catching up and finding out the little tweet where it says, and Arthur Blank and Rich Decay are going to, find the next coach and have Terry's input. And when I read it, I went, that's kind of messed up. But I'm like, I'm going to wait before I say something. I want to see what happens at the press conference. Because they're going to do a press conference. Even they can't even help themselves. They got to just do a press conference. It's at this point, it's habit for them. So, guys, that Monday, as soon as we saw pictures of 2 chairs, I'm like, oh, they're going to be this stupid. There ain't no. I'm thinking, all right, maybe someone's being stupid and they just didn't put a chair out for Terry or for Rich, because God knows Rich will show up. I actually, for some stupid reason, thought it would be Arthur and Terry. I was like, all right, you know what? Good. So we don't have to look at Rich McKay. And then I hear Arthur and Rich, and I'm going, Terry ain't there? Because I was listening on the radio. So I didn't get to see the picture until, I actually scrolled down my phone. I looked at Twitter, and I'm seeing pictures of the Mafia boss and, Mayonnaise Boy. And guys, that was the most embarrassed I felt for my team. And this team gave up a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl. This team had the mess with Michael Vick. This team had the mess with Bobby Petrino. This team had Eugene Robinson hooking up with a prostitute, but he found out was an undercover cop. And I felt more embarrassed listening to that press conference at first because I'm going, man, are they just not going to ask any hard questions? Well, I should have had a little John Harris cricket bounce on my shoulder going, patience, grasshopper. Because Mark Zuno, our hero, threw some fireballs.
Yeah.
First it was Steak threw some high heat to knock, Arthur off the plate a few inches.
Steak threw some cayenne pepper. Zeno threw ghost pepper. Two different things. I tell you.
Winston, that man threw some high heat, and it knocked everybody off because Arthur became red. And not just that, but man, that press conference, it shifted. And guys, this is what I was hoping we could talk about because no one's really mentioned this. And this is what really not bothered me, but actually made me go, oh man. I was realizing at that point, the media, we always say, the media's soft, Yeah, most of them. I mean, Aaron, Freeman is going to kiss Arthur and Rich McKay's butt still. But anyway, no. But the reporters were done. Because once Zeno asked that question and was so firm about it, Josh Kendall, a boy from the 680 folks, and other reporters, and Zeno got back on. I was stunned they let Zeno back on. I thought they were trying to walk him out. But, but it was like shot after shot after shot. And that press conference, someone said, should have lasted about 30 minutes because 92.9 the game were waiting for Rich McKay to get off the press conference to come talk to them, Mike Bell and Dukes, the guys that weren't at the front row. And then at that point, I mean, it was like going full throttle at these guys, and their answers were basically exposing the ineptitude that they offered. And the thing I got to go here, the last thing, or not last thing, because God knows I'm going to keep talking eventually. But no, the other thing is, my prevailing thought was this. At first, I'm like, well, maybe, someone said, oh, they're protecting Terry. No, they're not protecting Terry. They were that stupid thinking they had this. And here's the thing. Now that you did this, everyone saw it, and they're all going, damn, Terry's now got a pass. We're calling you out, and that idiot over there, Rich McKay, who you're telling us that everyone reports to. So, guys, this press conference, if they don't land the coach they are wanting, I'm telling you, this media has turned from softball throw to full throttle. We're bringing the ghost pepper. We're going to make sure we're running your ass out of here. Because they did not. Rich McKay actually said when the show started, the interview started with them, he goes, man, I was not prepared for some of those questions. Hey, John.
Yeah.
How long has John? Doesn't Rich McKay have wisdom? Doesn't he have over 20 years of
I
experience?
refuse to answer on the grounds it may incriminate everybody on the panel.
No.
John said he plead the fifth. He plead
I
the
plead
fifth.
the fifth. I'm drinking a fifth, and I might smoke a fifth too. Now, see,
Hey.
now I just got after that press conference, I just got that shit off of my shoe. Do y'all see any? I just got that stuff off of my shoe.
I
It took
see.
all damn day for me to get that crap off of my doggone shoe after that press conference. I mean, good grief. It's just like walking in a damn cow barn. It's all over the floor, you know. And while we are talking here, welcome Ron into the house here tonight.
What's up?
And Ron,
What's going on, bro?
man, I really appreciate it. Hey, Winston, I was on Ron's show last night, and they got a pretty good show. And next week we ought to doggone rate them. Let's rate them next week, next Tuesday.
Hey, Ron, I was going to do it. Yeah, I was going to be there, but I had some things to take care of. But I'll be there next week.
Yeah, let's raid and pillage them.
What time, Ron?
8 o'clock.
All right. Now who wants to go next? Ron, what you gonna do?
Man.
You gonna wait, Winston?
Yeah, go ahead, Ron.
Oh, hey, Ron, go ahead, boss. Come on,
I
go on
said it last night, and I will say it again. What the fuck Rich McKay do for us?
Ron, I was saying that while I was listening to the press conference.
Because he been with us for how long?
2000. Who? Tell Rich McKay?
Yeah.
Since 2007, if I'm not mistaken.
No, 2002. 2002. Yeah.
I gotta say that.
Tampa won their first Super Bowl in what, 2020? I mean,
no, that was 2002.
2001. Yeah, he came right after
2002. Hold
on, I'm looking it up.
Was that the Ravens? Was that the Ravens in 2000? No, Ravens is 2000.
What?
Tony Dungy coached for 2 more years after that.
What?
And
McKay joined the organization back in 2003.
2003.
And was the general manager to 2008. He then moved to a team president and CEO role from 2008. The hell?
This my whole thing. I know y'all seen this movie, Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. That was the old version.
Y'all seen that movie, right?
Yeah.
Rich McKay remind me of that whole damn movie. The whole damn movie. To me, Rich McKay is a yes man. Yes, boss. We gonna do this, boss. Long I don't get in trouble, boss. Punch up, boss. I kiss it, boss.
Off the scene like that now. That was all the scene like.
But what I'm trying to say
didn't work
is
for him either.
what.
Go ahead, Ron.
What I'm trying to say is we don't got nobody in the front office. In the front office, go against the grain.
Yeah.
You don't got nobody that will stand up for themselves. If Aunt Terry Farno, I would say, how dare y'all bring me in, but not let me be the GM. I was supposed to be there. That's my job as a GM.
You don't think he knew that when he accepted the job?
See, I think he did do that. I'm with you, Keely. I kind of figured he did. It's just no one knew that. Nobody else knew that, though.
Right. I thought he knew that, but they not showing that.
Because during the press conference, I noticed he said that's been the structure ever since the Quinn Dimitrov matchup. That's the structure that they went with since then. And I would assume during the interview that they probably explained how that's going to be structured. That's the way they've been doing it ever since 2015.
Right.
Since they first teamed up.
My whole thing
since Rich McKay moved up
What?
to president and CEO. They've been running that same structure with every
The only
GM
thing,
and head coach that came through.
yeah, the only thing I know that they moved Rich out of football operations for a while, but then they brought him back at the beginning of 2023, and they moved the Greg guy to the business side.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing, because I thought Rich was still going, because I remember the announcement when they announced that he was out of football operation, was just going to handle the business side.
What?
They brought him back.
So my thing is, ain't it about time to get him out of there and bring in somebody new?
Well, that's never going to happen, I don't think, at this point.
Hey, hold on real quick. Hey James, the link up at the top of the chat if you want to come in. Or if
Oh,
anybody
let me
wanna come
post it again. Let me post it again. And welcome to the 2 new participants on this Graveyard Wednesday.
I thought y'all went on tomorrow. I thought y'all were going tomorrow.
Me too.
in. Wednesday,
On
10 o'clock.
Thursday. On Thursday.
Wednesday, 10 o'clock. Gotta get
Yeah,
some
well,
rest before,
you know, we
before
have
Wi-Fi.
we have been bouncing around.
You gotta get some rest before Wi-Fi. There ain't no telling what's on that joint.
Yeah, because the Waffle House is going to go about 10 hours.
Oh yeah, especially after this. But like I said, welcome El Jefe, Supreme Ruler of.
I could probably retire that name. Ain't nobody calling nobody a sellout anymore. I could probably retire.
Well, I didn't use the sellout now. I just
No, we're not going to call you sellout. We're just going to call you El Jefe. We're going to call you Zeno.
I just called it
like
Chancellor.
Winston said, Buddy took off.
Yeah, the Falcons got out of town.
He ran.
Right.
I mean,
ran about 3-4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
When there wasn't no more excuses. When there wasn't no more excuses.
Man, guys, I got to go here. When Mark Zuno started asking questions and the way he asked it, I was just like, oh man, the room's just changed. And either people are going to go, oh, wait a minute, we can ask those questions? Oh, gloves off, boys.
It was 3 of them. Him,
yeah,
another guy that was just going for it.
Josh Kendall. I was surprised Josh Kendall was going at him. I was like, whoa.
Well, hey, when somebody takes point, and they don't do nothing to it, you know, it's just like taking a shot of liquor. Okay, the first person take that shot, then the next person take that shot, and then
somebody's gonna get the worm.
All you need is one person to cross the gun line, and then the floodgates open.
Hey man, and man, you know what? I'm gonna tell you guys a short story. I used to go to the convention. Oh, don't you start snoring, CJ.
I wasn't snoring. Bro, getting me in trouble.
Hey, C-Dub. I just used you right then. I know who
it was. I already know who it was. I hear you.
Thank you, C-Dub. Thank you, C-Dub.
Better though. JLK used to have them long Waffle House stories. That's why I call him JLK. He used to tell us everything about the civil rights movement and everything. But he hasn't been doing that forever. It's been a minute since he started with them long stories.
Oh shit!
I was knee high to a grasshopper.
Go ahead, John.
I like it because I like him and Uncle Steve because it's needed. Like we don't talk about current stuff. He talk about the stuff like from when I was a kid.
A lot of people don't even know about.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you damning me with faint praise there. That's what they used to call it a long time ago. Hey, man, was I cussed out? Yes, I believe you were. Okay.
Tidy with the that.
Oh, that's old Tidy's in the house. Hey, Tidy. If you ain't tired, you can come on in here, cause hey, we pulled a long one last night, Jack. See, you know, they ain't paying me time and a half. Y'all getting it, but I ain't getting it. And okay, I also need. Speaking of time and a half and trying to get paid, Red in the house. What's going on, Red?
What's up, everybody?
The Falcons.
That's right. I'm here. Trying to get myself together, but I'll be ready in a minute.
Oh, Red's gonna go in. You all know that. He was trying to itch and at the bird game the other night.
Yeah, man. Hey, this is every time this happens, it's for the next week or two. Oh man, it's
all right, guys, follow Juju.
It's gonna be crunk. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this and let Winston, because Winston hadn't spoken or anything. But back in the job that I used to do, I used to lobby Congress, go visit congressional offices, and express needed things that we wanted for our organization. And we would stand up, they would have money, stand up and talk about this and talk about that. And what I would do, I go up to the mic and I'd say what it was that I had to say. And then as soon as I get back and sit down with my group, first thing I hear, see, somebody should have said this and that and this. What's wrong with your mouth? Step your behind on up there to the mic. No. That's okay. That's good. So see, you got people that will sit back in the back, getting beat over the head with a 2x4 with nails in it. Won't say a word. Won't say a word. No matter how painful it is, no matter how bad the situation is, they won't say a word until sometimes when somebody steps up to the mic and says something and, don't get shot all up or shot all down, or even if they got shot up or shot down, they don't care. The mission or the statement is more important than your personal feeling. So like me, I always tell everybody, and this is the way I've always been, or tried and strive to be, not to have an ego, not to have any situation where I got to shine or where I got to be the big or the big I or the little you or whatever, but say my piece, tell it from a standpoint of facts, and then I go sit down and let the chips fall where they may. Those and C-Dub, Zeno, and Steak Shapiro, those are Boston boys.
Oh yes,
Boston carpetbaggers. Okay, those franchises up there. See, Steak and them, they look. That was a banana pepper.
Yeah.
What y'all saw? That was a banana pepper in comparison to what everybody else does up north. Man, Philadelphia, New York, Jets and Giants, Pittsburgh, Boston, man, look here. Them jokers will light a bag of flaming hot doo-doo and throw it on your doggone porch.
Yeah, and that's what they do. And that's what they do. Yeah.
Your kids will get harassed in school. If you caught out at the you better have somebody go shop for you. You better not be caught at that HEB or that what's one of them stores up there? Keely, one of them grocery stores up north. Wingmans or Waymans or whatever it is. You better not be caught at one of them grocery stores up there.
Was it Wingmans or Wayne
or pumping gas around the community? You better get somebody to do it for you, because them just liable to light your behind up there.
And I appreciate it too.
Yeah, I'm done.
It was necessary. It was high time for Atlanta media to finally sit there and light fire and leave forget down Arthur Blank and Richard K. Ed. They would have said that allowed them softball for decades. Yeah. They catered to him. And then in quiet, they said they complain about, well, we ain't got a good product on the field. Well, if you ain't got a good product on the field, a lot of fire on leave their head. They'll get tired of asking deal with these questions. All you gotta do is light a fire on leave their head. You won't affect change. It's not that hard. All you gotta do is place the right question at the right spot, and it's gonna hit hard enough that they can start making change.
You think Carl Duke's gonna hear you?
Keely, I love you.
Now, Keely, now see, the softballers were not invited.
Uh-huh. Whoa. John.
They
Remember,
let
they
off
were, oh,
lead better. They let off with lead better.
Yeah,
yeah,
led better.
well,
They
yeah,
let off with them. They said D led. Arthur Blank said D led. You got first question as you should.
that's,
And he said that dropping a little softball on the head pitch. Just tried to set the tone for it. They kept on navigating. Everything was smooth. Everything was smooth.
And that's why he gonna keep getting the first
Then,
question because
then they got to that
woo,
curve. When the curve a little too fast. They got the curve a little bit
yeah.
too fast.
Hold on.
Got up on the gravel. When they got up on the gravel, it just started going down. And then they
I
ran into
mean,
the media, and it was over there. That was it.
Then hold on. Then that military man showed up. And the other thing, remember now, he was hurt because his boy Arthur Smith got fired. But now here's the other thing that it just popped in my head, and oh God, I hope it doesn't leave me because I was going to say this when I was talking. Those same people that were like ticked off, it almost triggered the effect of we have been here for almost 30 minutes already. And all we're hearing is about how wonderful Arthur Smith is, how great the decision to hire him was. But yet we're here talking about a coach that just got fired. Oh, wait a minute. Where's Terry? Oh, you getting smoke. We ain't playing no more. And that's what I was feeling when I was listening to those questions. It was a bunch of no. We're not soft Atlanta. We coming.
I think the
And
that,
problem in the past is that it's like a lot of business operate under a sense of quid pro quo. One hand
mhm.
shakes,
Watch the other.
wash
check
hands,
the
wash
other
the
hand.
other.
One hand, watch the other.
So in order to get more access to be on Orlando Ledbetter, you had to be Orlando Ledbetter.
Right.
So I think that's
Yeah.
the problem with the whole media thing down here. I'm surprised State, considering he's on the flagship of the Falcons, that he actually took that tone. But like you said, he's a Bostoner. He's from the Northeast. Whereas I just think it's a different type of media that's typically probably backed by unions and such, so you can
Right.
be aggressive and not
Yeah.
worry about losing your job. But down here, it's just a whole bunch of one hand washes the other, and it's made for a terrible media type of. Whereas we've
Right.
had this situation for years where people never directly asked those questions that needed to be asked. And I'm just happy that someone finally started asking those questions that we wanted to know for years. They were asking questions from the Dimitrov era.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
Yes.
man,
and
hey, look, it was like it was like the White House document getting declassified.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man, it was
That's what
so.
that interview was like, and I was like, oh my god, like they going there right now, and it was
And
so
to
necessary.
and
But
to
it,
Arthur
it
Blank's
made me
credit,
look at them
they
entirely
agree.
different. Though.
To Arthur
I
Blank's
really
credit,
think
they
we
agree.
need more of that.
Yeah,
Every
you can
week.
have it. You can have like once you done been there, once you done been there and done that, you can't go back to being soft again.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you
Like
can't. No.
that
I,
barrier has been broken. Like when Arthur Blank first got to Atlanta, he entrenched himself in the community, and the community took and supported him, and it insulated him, and the community fed off him, and he fed off it, and nobody worried about it. One hand washed the other.
right.
That's how it
Yeah.
went. But now it got to the point, like, all right, well, you keep saying this, but like the biggest thing that provoked this was when Arthur Smith, Terry Fano got here, and the first thing they came out and said, and Keela, you have reposted this earlier, what, last week or this week, and it was like we're not we're not rebuilding, we're trying to win now.
Reload.
We're reloading to win now.
Right.
And everybody got excited. The fan base got excited because we
Yep.
have been
Yep.
down in the dump for about 3 years. We was down in the dump. We saw the sun coming over the horizon. We're like, all right, we there. We need a couple of pieces here, a couple of pieces there. We can make something shake.
Right.
And then we get into it. And then the first year, all right, well, we know you ain't had no money. We can sit there and look at it. But I mean, hell, you overachieved. You gave us 7 wins with bag boys from CVS. All
Right.
right, that's cool. Next year come around, it's the same situation. Well, you went from CVS, now you got bad boy from Food Line. All right,
Right.
bet. Now we got all this money.
Yep.
For
Now we got
exposure.
all this money. We ain't gotta go to CVS. We ain't gotta go to Dollar Tree. We ain't gotta go to Family General no more. We
Family
going
Dollar.
Family Dollar. We going to Publix. We going to Macy's. We going to Saks Fifth Ave. We going to get some good shit.
Right.
And we started
We
putting it
got dropped
together.
off at Walmart.
That roster started looking good. Now, all right, now we got the possibility. We can make some things shake it. Well, it's a little iffy here and there. It's a little iffy here and there, and then we get into the season. Then we hit the ground running, and we take off and win the first 2 games. All right, bet we in there. This is the Falcon team that I was sitting there waiting on. Then we lose like the next 3, or we lose the next 2. Then we win a couple, we lose a couple. All right, now it's a little shaky again. And then Arthur Smith, and Ritter started Ritter, and then we get to this point, and everybody got fed up with it. That what happened. Like it's like being in a relationship and somebody keep telling you that they're gonna do better, but they don't never do better.
Hey, Winston,
Eventually,
remember?
you're gonna
Hmm.
explode.
Winston, remember those press conferences too, where Arthur was calling people toxic, where Arthur was kind of like, "I don't care
He said
about your
he
your
said
your
the fan
fantasy
base
team."
attack on
Yeah,
toxic.
yeah.
And I
So,
think that's what got him
oh,
fired.
But
yeah,
that what a narcissist says to people when they're not trying to take accountability for the things that they do. They want to deflect and blame it on somebody else.
Right.
But
I'm
Winston,
not wrong. You're wrong. You're doing this.
that's
and
why
then oh,
to
good.
both of y'all, no, to both of y'all points, I think that's what got him fired. Because remember on that post we were discussing about how like their initial plan wasn't to tear it down and rebuild, but to string it out, right? So
Hmm.
Hmm.
your expectations from the beginning was that this was going to be a process, right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And to what you just C Dub just brought up about his attitude, I think because my whole thing during that press conference, the one thing that he made very paramount was that everyone was in lockstep with every decision. So if they
Hmm.
were in lockstep with every decision, how is it that only but one of them is penalized? If all the decisions fall on both of them, how does it fall on one of them? It
Yeah,
was the attitude. Because if he went up there being arrogant, calling people toxic, he
Mm-hmm.
would be viewed like Terry is viewed. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
because
yeah,
he's equally
But like
responsible.
Terry was viewed
Yeah,
before that
Before
interview.
the
yeah, yeah,
Before that
yeah.
interview.
before
because
that,
because
Now I
people
feel
will
for him.
because here's what I noticed amongst the fan base, especially in the group. People was automatically keep in mind personnel decisions. They
Hmm.
were putting it on Arthur Smith. Keep in mind who job is the GM personnel, right?
right.
But
Yeah,
so when there were bad picks, there were fans who was like, "Oh, that was an Arthur Smith pick," and I'm like, "How do you know that?" Like, keep in mind
exactly, exactly.
the GM is in charge of personnel, but instinctively you're putting it on the coach because
Right.
he's already he made himself unlikable.
Right.
Period. So
Yeah, he.
that's and
It,
if he didn't make him, if he would have, I think that's part of the fact that the reason he got fired, the fact that he made himself so unlikable, didn't do himself any favors, the way that he handled things, he called everybody toxic. That dug his own grave because they already had the expectation that this was going to take time. They
right.
knew that they didn't have a quarterback. He Arthur Blank acknowledged that there was a quarterback deficiency and you need a quarterback to win in this league. So it was obvious, but
So tell me this: who boy was Desmond Ritter?
hmm?
Is
He said
Desmond Ritter
he said
Arthur
who boy.
Smith boy?
I put it like this. In that press conference, he said that they were lockstep in decision with Desmond Ritter. He didn't say it was an Arthur Smith pick or a Terry Fontenot pick.
Right.
In that press conference, he said that they were together in these decisions, including Desmond Ritter.
Mm-hmm.
I've the same way I've seen clippings over the seasons about Arthur Smith praising Ritter. I've seen the same thing with Fontenot when he was interviewed and questioned. They praise, the only issue I took with it, they praise all his intangibles, but didn't give no praise to his actual tangibles. Right. They always like he's a great leader. He's a great locker room guy. He's he's this and this. But they ain't talk about his arm strength. They ain't talk about his accuracy.
No. Yeah, they just
hold on 1 second.
All right, hold on. Go ahead, John.
Hold just 1 second. I want y'all to at least read and consider this. What Tidy just wrote. He said, FedEx, the man whose name shall not be called, realize
he who remains nameless.
Unindicted co-conspirator one realized
confidential informant number one.
I agree with Ty because Terry didn't approach the media like that. The way that Smith was doing, Terry didn't approach the media like that.
No.
No, Go ahead.
No, go ahead, John. Read it for everybody.
Yeah, John. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do the best I can. All right. FedEx realized when it was too late that he needed all those people in the media that he was shitting on earlier in his tenure here. They didn't have his back in the media when he needed them to.
Now, there was one guy, and I said it before earlier, that was and look, and I'm not joking. You could go down his Twitter, you could whatever show he was on, he made that very clear. He felt that Arthur didn't need to get fired. He thought Arthur did his job. Now, the other thing, he did make another good point, too. He said, if you're going to fire Arthur, you also should fire Terry. And he thought that was going to happen. So I'm just saying that's what was the last things I heard him say on I think it was a Sports ATL thing that I posted earlier today.
Oh, you talking about
Zeno? Retweeted? Yeah, Zeno. Yeah.
Now.
That's one person out of how many media people?
Oh no! I'm totally with you, Winston. Hey. I'm just saying though. I knew I do remember seeing because not just him, but I remembered Freeman would also say the same. So, but go on.
Any good politician knows that he needs at least a certain support group and backing from media. To be successful. Because when push comes to shove, you can get those people to rally behind you, and you can get media people to talk glowingly about you. That builds you support. They give you a tail win. When you don't have that, and you stand in front of the gun wall, the firing squad, and you don't have nobody else around, it's very easy for everybody to train their guns straight on one target.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened. Because when we got into that 3-game stretch right there before the bye week, and we was expected to win all 3 of them, and we lost all 3 of them. It was very coming to that last game. Before that last game, the media switched, and instead of talking about what moves we need to make and how we can change this and that, or the philosophy to come and hit the ground running after the bye week, it turned from that to, hey, do Arthur Smith need to be fired?
Mm-hmm.
Do he need to be fired before this game? Should he be fired after this game? Should he be fired during
right upstairs?
And then it just snowballed down from there. And then it came to a point that the owner comes out and said, "Hey,
love you, buddy.
We're gonna sit down. We're gonna see how the rest of this season play out." And then he took a retract and said, "Well, barring a collapse in these last 3 games, that he gonna be all right." And then what happened?
3 or 4, you lost.
He shit the bed. He shit the bed at the end of the season. But by that time, the media had already turned against him. They was already writing him off. Hey, we need to. Do we fire him after this game? Do we fire him after that game? Is he gonna make it to the end of the season?
But
and then after that, I mean, you dumb folks. Ain't nothing else to talk about.
My thing is, he bought this shit on his own self.
That's exactly what Tyler was saying.
Right? You don't tell the people, the fans, it's toxic. You don't say no shit like that. And you
Yeah,
down
that was it.
in Atlanta? No, you might do that shit in Tennessee, but down here in the A, we don't play that shit. We don't play that shit. We will go against the grain on you.
Okay.
And it got to the point that we not winning. So you got bad blood right there. And now you got Jaws coming in the fans. They smell blood. They ready to kick your ass out.
You can't be condescending and losing, basically.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
You gotta be one or the other. You can't be the asshole.
Thank you.
You can't be the asshole. Like, it don't look good.
Yeah,
Gotta be
Bill
one or the other.
Belichick can do
Right,
it
you
because he
can't be
wins.
like Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You not
Belichick got 6 of them things.
well, yeah, that
He
is
can hold a hand up and hold another finger.
right.
He can be all the asshole you want. You can't take those away
Right.
from him.
You can't get that from him.
Like
Yeah.
and another guy, Nick Saban, who retired today. Nick Saban, the way he used to handle the media, he used to he loved to tell him.
Right.
He could do that.
He can
Yeah.
do that because he won.
He said that, do
got
that.
six.
When you can do that, you can say what you want.
Yeah.
You can say what you want, or you can think what you want about it. But at the end of the day, that makes it sit there and show these,
Right.
and
Like
that you can't take that away from him.
Yeah, I think
What's up, Red?
Great though.
Oh, Red in here.
Yeah, we got Red. He's settled. He's ready.
Yeah,
He
ready.
leaning already. Come on, Red.
Come on.
He didn't
Red
beat you up
ain't
tonight,
asleep.
didn't he?
I'm just listening.
Oh, okay. What? All right.
We were gonna give you a spotlight.
He's prepping right now. He's prepping.
Oh,
No, he's
I
getting
can't
all
do
his
it.
T's and I's crossed.
now,
Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Now I'm
Prepping
gonna
for the
say
wind
this
down.
at this juncture. It is the height of lunacy, the epitome of stupidity, the pinnacle of dumbassness
Preach.
for you, for anybody that doesn't have the hardware to be a pompous ass.
Thank you.
Right.
You don't look. You don't
Thank
have
you.
no. I mean, it's just like a junior man just coming in the job wanting to be the president, and I got a man with 35 or 40 years seniority. You want to take that man job? I got more time in the bathroom on break than you got in the damn job.
Sorry. I know that feeling.
And then had a nerve to get mad when you tell them no.
Yep. Come on.
And see, Arthur Smith. Now, I told y'all, I don't know whether y'all remember now, but I told y'all when I first saw him, this joker here think he too good for the room. Think he's the smartest guy in the place. He walking around with it, always doing that right there, like any little thing that underlings do is irritating to him because he's just so far above the fray and above everybody
like
else.
he Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. No, well, no, I wouldn't cuss Clint Eastwood. Now, Winston, I wouldn't cuss. He might, man, shoot, Dirty Harry on his damn way. Just cause you said that. Dirty Harry on the damn way.
He's going to Atlanta.
Man.
I wanted to ask
Somebody need to ask Arthur, did he feel lucky this week? Hey,
Oh!
Arthur, did you feel lucky?
Hold on. One man felt lucky, and that was Terry Fontenot. Terry saw that. Terry saw that press conference. He went, "Couldn't be me though."
Terry got a whole horseshoe up his ass.
Yeah, well, and the thing,
Terry should have been out there catching straight bullets.
right.
Terry might
And
be
Yeah,
right.
well, I mean,
because Rich McKay and Arthur Blank want to sit there and show their strength and their unity and their power in the organization. They got they got smoked. They got smoked. And Terry was sitting back home, back at on Flower Brand, consoling players and coaches, sitting there laughing his ass off.
But
now see,
I, I,
that right there. Okay. And last night, Tidy posted a snippet from the Titans organization where their GM is actively involved in
what?
finding a new head coach.
No, he's not
He's
actively
heading.
involved. He's running.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
heading
running
it.
it.
Yeah, right.
He's running it like a
Right.
GM
He
is
running.
supposed to.
Yeah,
Well,
cause see the thing
That's his
is,
job. Ain't that the
yeah,
job of
yeah.
the GM?
I mean, well, I'm gonna say this. Different
The GM
organizations do
hire
things different.
everybody that's below him. That's his job. Everybody that's below GM, he's supposed to hire,
Well,
or he have a hand in hiring.
our coach must trump our GM in our organization. Then.
Well,
That's
he said yesterday
That's
they were
kind of
equal.
what. That's what
He
they
said it
did.
in
That's
the
what they
interview.
said.
And
Yeah.
that's
They
been
said they were
said for
equal.
months. A report came out months ago, and it said that Terry Fontenot and Arthur Smith neither report to each other. They report up. They don't
Do our
have to
GM,
converse with each other. They report up. How does that
do our,
work? There's no
do our
structure.
GM even have an office, or do they just make him sit in the closet?
He said in the
Look,
gym
man, he's
on a
in the
5-gallon
closet
water
when
bucket.
the light off.
Hey.
I don't know what
Now
Terry
I
office
know.
look like.
Wait a minute. Let me see. I know J Dub know about this, or C Dub know about this. You remember that movie No Time for Sergeants, where they had made Andy Griffith PLO, permanent latrine officer. That joker rigged all the doggone toilet seats to salute the general. All of them opened up at the same time. Blah blah.
I want to
That's
ask
what you
y'all.
did to Terry Fontenot. That's what they did to Terry Fontenot. PLO.
Guys, Terry's running a bird watching class on the weekends, man.
He signed
See,
up
and
for it, so it's
Feel bad for that guy.
man,
He signed up for it.
excuse me.
taking
Go
the
ahead.
job.
Go ahead.
I want
Go
to
ahead. I'm
ask
sorry.
y'all, what type of head coach do y'all want? Like, do y'all want somebody to go against the grain, the next head coach, or do y'all want a puppet?
I want Harbaugh. I want Jim Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
okay.
it.
Now,
I want
Ron.
Harbaugh, either Harbaugh, Ben Johnson, or Bobby Slow. And I'm gonna tell you why for each one. Harbaugh is not gonna sit there and play that shit with Blank and McKay. He's not gonna play that. That's a whole dub. He is not gonna have that. So if they bring him in there, it's a given. Harbaugh is gonna have more power than he gonna set the organization straight.
Yeah.
He's gonna tell them about themselves. Hey, look, this is why y'all can't get right because this shit and that shit and this shit and that shit that y'all doing.
What?
This is why you can't get right.
Against the
That's
grain.
probably why they
Just
don't bring.
sit back and let me do what I need to do. I run what I need to run by you, but sit back and let me do what I need to do, and I'm gonna get y'all together.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. That's. You know what's funny? Good.
Now, Ben Johnson, I would like Ben Johnson because of the offensive pieces that we already had.
What?
You can sit there and show him with similar pieces over there in Detroit what he can do. That offense been explosive all season long. No matter somebody go down, somebody come back in, they just keep clicking. It doesn't matter.
What?
Then Bobby Slowik showed what he can do with a rookie quarterback this year with C.J. Stroud.
Is he available?
Yeah, he's available.
He's available if he wants the head coaching job.
The Texans is the first team in NFL history to win their division with a rookie head coach and a rookie quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
With a rookie head coach and rookie quarterback. You know that teams that have won with a rookie coach and you had teams that ran with a rookie quarterback. With that combination together, the Texans is the first to ever do it.
We got it. Bobby Sloak say you're available.
John,
Yeah. I mean,
They're putting requests to interview him. Not, I don't know about the Falcons, but other teams are. Yeah,
right.
yeah, he'll be open.
Not available. It ain't no point of looking at him.
What kind
nah,
of head
he
coach you
available.
want, John?
Yeah, he'll
Hey
go.
Ron, what was that,
He'll
Ron?
get interviewed.
I said, what
Every
kind of
coaching
head coach
coordinator is available.
you want?
Oh, go ahead, Ron.
You want? What kind of head coach you like for us to get?
Well, just like the balance of the panel has said, you want somebody that's going to be their own man. Now, one thing I'm going to say to your question, Ron, they need to have the conversation before you sign any papers and you pull the trigger. That conversation has to be had so that it's already understood, and we don't have to have this conversation no time during the season about my lane, the passing lane, the toll lane, the truck lane. Everybody stays in their lane. We have this conversation at the beginning of the year. Now, if I see you hitting them, you get back in your lane now. Boom. I'm blowing the horn. Get back in your lane now. You know.
Because me personally, I think everybody that we had up to this point was a puppet.
Oh yeah, I mean that's
And Dan Quinn was the puppet.
Shoo, Sergeant Slogan.
What you call it?
I don't know. He shifted the front office though. I would give Quinn credit in the fact he shifted the front office. He did.
I mean,
Hey, Keely, what was that now? What you say, Keely?
I would give Quinn credit because he shifted the front office, because during his term they moved McKay to the business side and he basically put Dimitrov on paper duty. The front office built it to his demands, and that I want to more say in personnel decisions. I want, and that's when all that whole we on the same page. Like it went.
We're co-builders.
He came in the door as in me and the GM on the same level. And then eventually he moved Dimitrov out the way.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would give Quinn credit in that end. It's just that on the back end with that cap and with all the injuries, it got bad.
Yeah.
But I think Quinn probably going, if he goes to Seattle, I think he's leaving after this offseason. I think he's gonna be straight though.
Yeah.
All right.
Man, I was gonna they kick what's his name upstairs into an advisor role.
Who?
Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll.
You know what?
They didn't fire him. They kicked him upstairs.
Yeah, and you know why? It's they want to try to keep him around, but yet, I got you.
Pete Carroll, John. The way he was talking in that interview, he was like, "I want."
You think even though they offered him that, he gonna leave?
He gonna go because you shitted on.
Good chance,
You shitted on me already. You tell me I cannot coach no more here. You shitted on me. So why keep on stunting where I get shitted on every week?
Oh, let me throw this out real quick if you don't mind. So, because you're asking about the coaches, I'm gonna go here. I want leader of men. I want guys that take control of whatever environment they're in. And what I mean is, and I will say this, guys like a Mike Tomlin, and I know he's with Pittsburgh, and we still don't know if he's going to stay, if he's going to go. But, man, if there's a chance, that would be one guy to go for.
Yeah.
But then, I want Jim Harbaugh, because what Winston said is perfect. Because, first of all, if you're going big game hunting, as what, the rumors are, well, look, I get the Belichick thing, but let's be honest, that it won't fit in Atlanta. If we could see a post that says Bill Belichick, Josh McDaniels, and the Belichick boys are coming to Atlanta, are you psyched? No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, it's just you got to see
If,
who
if,
you get.
if
But
he
I
if
just
he
don't
putting the
think the
damn band
Atlanta
together,
fans.
Be-
I
because
feel
a
Yeah,
like
lot of people
yeah,
not
if he putting the
overlooking
band back
that.
together, I'd be all right with that.
because
But
here's the
then
thing.
Belichick coming down on his own now.
Toddy said this a while ago. He was like, bro, that man ain't forgot how to. You don't forget how to coach. That man been coaching
no, he don't.
since your
Yeah,
days. Like he knows how to coach.
Right.
I think his issue is the same issue that Arthur Smith had, and the same issue that Andy Reid had when he got ran out of Philadelphia. Don't have a
it's the
quarterback.
quarterback. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So, but what I was going to say was, so I want Harbaugh just because. Well, and I'm not trying to be mean. It's just I'm looking at also at the age and what
yeah,
people
I
say.
see
Are
that.
you going to be there long and everything? My thing is this: Harbaugh makes whatever he does, it just works, and I could see him going to. Because my thing is this: you saw how uncomfortable it got for Rich McKay and Arthur Blanks. And I'm going to go here. I could see Harbaugh go, y'all look mighty uncomfortable. I can do this in my sleep. And,
Right.
and basically say, y'all don't worry about coming to the press conference. I got you. Just bring Terry along. I don't mind. But my thing is this Harbaugh would be that leader. But then again, my thing is this I'm looking at guys that have head coaching experience that would lead locker rooms. I
Right.
wouldn't, if you can't get Harbaugh, go get Brian Flores. If not Brian, because I think Brian Flores is a heck of a defensive coach,
But
and he would work well
He's
with
a good coach
but
Ryan
overall,
that
to be
Nielsen.
honest.
okay.
And
I'm glad
look at
you
the
said that.
Dolphin team
Let
that
me
had no
be
talent, and it was sitting there
right.
actively sitting there trying to tank, and he's
Right.
still winning games
But
with this squad.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
good.
Ron.
right.
My bad.
That would
Yeah.
be the problem. You want to get rid of the defense and
No, no, no. Well, you have to understand if you're hiring a coach and you're trying to make a move, you got to let. If you're saying to this coach, "Hey, you get to look, please look at our defensive coordinator," but you have to also be willing to say, "All right, if you want to go another route, you can," because that's the whole point. And that's why I keep saying leader of men. The
well,
other guy, now the other guy I'm looking at, and I've been flipping a couple of times. I've been wanting to hear people's thoughts on him. I've been really interested in Raheem Morris. The reason is, yeah, he coached interim here for us, but then he went to the LA Rams,
yeah.
coached
He
up
got
that
the ring.
defense,
He got
won
a
a
ring.
championship. Yep, won a championship. Worked with Sean McVay. The man has worked on both sides of the ball before because he was coaching the receivers during the really good years for Dan Quinn and the Falcons. He's
Hmm.
coached up defenses. I mean, that's another guy I could see. Raheem Morris, if he got a fair chance, or not a fair chance, but just got a chance, I would like to see what he could do. But to me, that's what I'm looking for. I want one of those four guys because I just want someone that's not, and it's nothing against the coordinators, but we keep going that route.
Right.
And it's like, it would be good if we can actually see what would happen if we got a head coach that was a head coach before in the NFL, not Bobby Petrino, which was really aggravating me how Rich McKay kept going back to him. And I'm going, of all things, if I'm trying to make people feel good about me being around,
Don't
I'm not going to bring up a bad mistake I made. I'm
right.
not going to bring up that. He might as well brought up Jamal Anderson.
So
Oh,
if we can bring up Raheem Morris, why are we not looking at Jerry Gray?
oh no, yeah, well, yeah.
Then, but I feel like that's our ideal situation, like someone who is a man of men. I think Jerry Gray is that, but I mean, we're
Hmm.
also talking about like all right. So we're under the assumption that Harbaugh would be one of those kind of guys, right? But
Mm-hmm.
what are we going to have to pay him to keep him out of California? Like he
Yeah.
because here's the thing.
Le-
High for Harbaugh, how are we a more attractive destination than the Chargers?
All right.
Like
Well,
how?
okay.
Let me ask.
Go, Ron. Now I'll give you
First,
some thoughts on that.
first, I would pay him whatever he wants
The
to.
Chargers will too.
Okay. But we got the better team in my opinion.
The one thing that's needed to
No,
win
we
this
don't.
league is a quarterback.
You got a
And you have
quarterback
that.
and pass rushers over
Right.
there in San Diego.
Right,
They
but
just
I
didn't have a
talk about
coach. That
overall.
was the difference. They had the team. They had the team. They
They
got
have
the
a
better
team.
defense. They got the better offense. They have the better roster than we do.
And
And a
it's in LA.
quarterback. And two pass rushers. And two
And,
pass rushers. And
and
a
it's in LA.
dominant safety.
Um,
And it's always it never rains in
And it
California.
and his whole career, his and
well,
his
well,
I'm glad
well,
you
it
said
did
that.
on our
Only thing
championship
that's
game.
missing,
hold on.
the
And he's a
only thing
former
that's missing
Charger.
is a coach.
And he's a former Charger. And his whole
Mm-hmm.
career has been
Mm-hmm.
in California.
All
Like,
right,
why wouldn't he want to go home? Like,
all right.
he's Stanford head coach, 49ers head coach. He
Yep.
played for the
Yep.
Chargers. His whole home is in California. Why wouldn't he go back home? Like, what
All
kind of
right. Okay.
would have the right to keep him from going home?
All right. All right. Real quick. So, because you're asking, and I would like to give you an answer. So, you're right about that. They have a quarterback who they are paying right now. They have to, they paid him. They signed him to that big deal. So, not just that. A lot of their players they have to work that a salary cap, and a lot of the defensive players also are going to go out. So there's going to be a lot of it's going to get a little tight in that area because they've already paid Herbert. I know they paid God. Who's that boy that got hurt? Michael Williams. And so I'm just saying those are
Oh,
a few
he's salary
things.
cap concerns.
Mike's still young though.
Yeah. Well, but here's the thing. So because you asked, and I would like to bring this to you. So, again, we are in a line to get a quarterback, and if you've given him the chance to either pick a quarterback, maybe let's say he decides, hey, I like Justin Fields. Let's do this package to get him. All right. Well, and not just that, but he could draft his own guy if he wanted to. The other thing I wanted to bring up is remember, a lot of our guys on defense were on 1-year contracts, as well as some other players on the offense that were, on contracts, very controllable. So, again, it's like this. It depends. You're right. It does depend on Harbaugh. Money, there's no salary cap for coaches. So my thing is, if you want to pay him, you pay him. If he's your guy, you go for him. Like me,
No,
But see, though, let me give you this though.
yeah.
You talking about the salary cap over there in LA though.
Yeah.
One of their biggest salary cap hit is Keenan Allen.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting older or whatever.
Yeah. But
They
he's
can
productive.
but when he's on the field.
Yeah,
But when
I
he's
got
off
you.
the field, that's something entirely different. All right. So how about this though? They can cut Keenan Allen because last year they drafted a boy out of TCU. What's his name? Johnson.
Yeah,
I know you don't. Yeah.
So they have a replacement for Keenan Allen, so they can cut him, save that money, and then they're not looking at salary cap up.
Well, like I said,
divvied up.
Plus,
yeah. Well, yeah. Go ahead, guys.
Plus, he's not going to take Fields over Herbert. The only
Well,
way
no, I wouldn't do
way that we can compete with Herbert is if we've already made a move to go take the number 1 spot in that draft. Because there's nobody at that. Where we at 8?
Yeah, we're at 8.
Top 3, top 3 are already solid. So unless we can already make a move, there's nobody in that draft that's going to be able to compete with already known product in Herbert. Like he knows what he getting at Herbert.
Exactly.
Unless we can get to that number 1 spot and then say, hey, but we got the number 1 pick. You take your pick of the quarterback. That's going to be tough to get him here, man. Especially with a GM in place. Unproven GM in place.
If you want to win as an organization, you have to swing for the fences.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. You have to.
You can't keep half step. So just like you were saying the same. Like we should. I'm 100% in agreement with you. We should trade up to the number 1 spot.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm with you too.
When you come here, this is who we already have on the roster. This is how much money we have. And here's your number 1 pick. Here's your number 1 pick. Go pick whoever you want.
And I think that's the only. And to my point,
and that's how you do
it. Yeah,
and
that's the point that's the point I was making. Because otherwise, we're not going to be a more attractive destination than the Chargers. The only way
Man,
we're
no.
going to be
Well, okay. The only
I'm
thing
being
also
honest.
is that division.
I would go Chargers. If I was a coach, whether offense or defense coach, I would go Chargers
the
before
Chargers.
Falcons.
Unless you
I
have
would
that
go
number
Chargers
one
before
pick.
Falcons.
That number one pick is the linchpin. That's the only way
Yeah.
I'm taking the Falcon job over the Chargers.
Okay, let me ask this question
Yeah.
since you all
Oh yeah, Red hasn't went by the way, guys. So just
hey, Red.
Go ahead, John.
Well,
Go ahead, John, and then Red go after John.
well, let me ask this question.
exactly.
In fact,
So-
Red can answer John's question.
Yeah.
Red, this question is going to require this side of your brain. It's going to require all of this. So if you got a headache now, your whole head gonna be hurting in a minute. But no.
Come
But
on.
I'm asking this for everybody. I'm just asking this for everybody. Look. So, is there a drop dead date by which we need to have a coach?
No. In all actuality, there's not a cutoff date for a coach. Oh, my man, Red, my bad. My bad. Bro.
I was waiting to hear from Red. I'm like, why is Winston talking?
I'm gonna mute myself. Go ahead, Red. My bad, bro.
I wasn't saying nothing. Go ahead. You can finish. I'm listening to you.
He muted himself. Go for it.
Red. Yeah.
Red. What you think?
Well, you probably want to have somebody in place before the I would think the combine, and probably you want to have somebody in place before the Senior Bowl because who I don't want going down and representing the Falcons is that old shriveled up Vito long wonky Arthur Blank and his toothpick personal assistant and coffee getter Rich Decay. I don't want Rich Decay and Arthur Blank representing us in the Senior Bowl, at the combine, or any place going forward. After what we saw this week at the press conference, those two motherfuckers need to be counseled. In the damn attic, you know, they need to put up in the attic like Kevin McAllister. Go upstairs to the attic and don't come down till we tell your ass to. Here we'll find the coach. We'll let you know when you two motherfuckers are in timeout. Okay, so, I mean, this is just an embarrassment what we saw this week, man. I'm listening to my weekly podcast. Everybody laughing at these two guys. It get to the point. It was a time where they weren't talking about the Falcons. Now I wish they would go back to not talking about it. When they bring us up lately, it is nothing but laughs and praying. And the Falcon fans that I'm hearing on the podcast, they saying, "Lord, what is going on? I'm thinking about jumping ship." One guy, he tell me he literally had to bring him down from the roof. But it was like that guy that was on Lethal Weapon Part 1.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that's how crazy Falcon fans was. It's like, don't come near me. Leave me alone. Don't touch me. Yeah. And I feel like putting the handcuffs on Arthur Blank and just jumping off with his ass. That has been so Falcon fans. A lot of turmoil going. I'm taking this Falcon fans. Me and Arthur Blank will go to the great beyond. So you guys on the team and it be done right.
Man, you would go down as a legend, man.
That was that's why I'm gonna do it because I feel like I'll go down as a legend.
We'll build a statue out there front.
We'll pull you one
Falcon with you like this with a handcuff. I'll to blame shoe.
Of course, Arthur Blank will be cheating like the guy Lisa Weston because before he go up to the top, he'll have a little trampoline at the bottom waiting on him for when he jump out. Like they had in Lisa Weston. I was all excited when I saw the movie. I was like, oh my God. I got a trampoline way down there on the it disappointed me. But yeah, fellas, that's where we at, man. That was just an embarrassment this week. And going forward, we really need to get a head coach with respectability in this organization, so we don't have to have those two guys speaking for the team any further, man. I keep saying Arthur Blank don't know football, and Rich McKay, dude, you hadn't studied football in years. You still living off that championship from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a championship that you did not get on your own. You had help and lots of help.
Preach.
So why Arthur Blank thought this guy solo could take his organization to the next level, I have absolutely no idea. Since Rich McKay been here, we have not gone to the next level. We either stay even keel or drop below the next level. And if you hearing how people are laughing at us after this press conference, man, we in the twilight zone now. We in the fucking twilight zone.
Boy,
so, I mean, like I say, it's just an embarrassment. And to get it to end, we need to find a head coach that can speak for himself, that he don't have to have like my boy.
Oh God, yeah.
Like you don't have to have Dumb and Dumber speaking for us any further, because the more Arthur and Rich McKay speak, the more respectability.
The worse we look.
Yeah, exactly. The worse.
The worse we look.
What's the saying?
Let me ask y'all this one question. A coach and prospect that I was speaking of this week. What about Todd Monken?
Go ahead, John. You go first. You can go.
Oh, Todd Monken. Hey. See. Okay. At this point, you know, I have to choke back cuss words, and see that hurt.
I
have to choke back cuss words.
Take one of them pain pills and let them cuss words flow.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Wait a minute. Hey, Winston, I'm at that age where I do that old man cussing. You
John, that's what we like about you.
Like
6 or 7 words together. You mother bitch fucking. You mother bitch fucking. But anyway,
John, you're that relative we all care. We want you around.
No. Well, okay. I had promised everybody I was going to be kind of professional tonight, so I'm gonna.
No, you didn't.
Oh, John, come on!
I got him when to come around to me. Go ahead.
Yeah,
this is the hot tip, John. You got to let it loose.
Yeah, John, you got to give the people what they want.
Now, John, if you get conservative, I'm gonna get conservative, and it's gonna be a boring night. So
No. Let go.
I'm not gonna be conservative.
Let
I'm not gonna be conservative.
Oh, I know. We know Winston ain't.
Oh no.
We're even it out somewhere along, man.
Somewhere gonna get there. We gonna smooth that thing out. But I'm gonna say this. With the way that they explained the coaching search yesterday, man, it's like we ain't no damn telling what we gonna end up with. Just like the draft, it's gonna be worse than the damn draft because of these people who, don't have any business feeding themselves because they don't know what the hell it is they putting in the mouth. Y'all don't need to be in charge. Y'all don't even need to be in charge of putting garbage in the garbage can. Okay.
Oh God, that bad.
I mean, this is man.
They went to the grocery store and left him at home. He was supposed to be buying the groceries. They left him at home.
These jokers will go and get Drano and think it's comic. And when that burning sensation hit their hands, wow, that stuff's strong. I guess it'll get it clean. But
Call 911. I'm still
I
here.
mean that's what they impress us. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody, wait a minute. Did somebody flush something?
Well, man.
I'm still here. It's all good. Don't worry.
Okay. I don't know. That man sounded like the last water going out the tub.
I heard it too, John. I was like,
Yeah,
man.
I got a
It sound
10.
like the last water going out the toilet.
Yeah,
Sorry, that was me burping.
The bowl fill up.
That sound like Winston after you
Man, look, man, man, they pegged my meat over here. That thing went all the way over here. Bloop. At any rate,
sound like Winston after you eating a bunch of M&Ms.
sound like Red after he just sat there and ate a bunch of Taco Bell.
okay, all right, man.
Go ahead,
let me finish my damn comment. But this is the thing. I can't trust them. Especially after yesterday, I can't trust them. I cannot trust them to go do, because see, now let me throw this in here. All right, you went and got Arthur Smith from Mike Vrabel 3 years ago. But guess what happened yesterday? They fired Mike Vrabel.
Right.
So thing is, you fire Mike Vrabel. All right. Now this consulting firm, and you know all these other people had Arthur Smith at roundabout number 3 of the best prospects for the Falcons to hire. Had him round about number 3. But now, they had about number 3.
Oh boy.
But see, this is the thing, and Red, to your point. Now here we seeing how that number 3 rating got pegged on him. We were watching. We sitting up here watching Derrick Henry just take jokers and throw them off the TV, and knock people out the way. And Ryan Tannehill is a game manager. But
sorry, I'm a big Derrick Henry fan.
But you sitting up here, these people here supposed to be getting paid good money to rank and rate and get folk, whatever. Man, I'm telling you, you sit up here and do all this stuff here and this coaching search, and look at where you are 3 years from the day that you guys, inclusive of Arthur Blank and Rich McKay, see where you are. You fired the protege, and then the master got fired.
Sorry.
But hold on. Let me ask you that. Let me ask you this before you finish. Hold on. Let me ask you this before you continue. All right. Do you think Mike Vrabel was a good head coach?
Yeah.
I kind of think so. And the thing was about Mike Vrabel, he impresses me as being a good head coach. Now, I watched Tennessee very sparingly. Because see, just like I tell y'all all the time, if my house nasty, I ain't got no call to be talking about nobody else. My house tore up. My house nasty. Toilet ain't been flushed in a week. Dishes piled up in the sink. All that type of stuff. My house is messed up. This place is messed up. Atlanta is in disarray. Okay,
John,
so
if I went by that philosophy, I wouldn't have no sports friends across the country, man. I wouldn't talk about my team.
well, yeah, but see, you know, I watching him
was therapy. So sorry.
yeah. But you know, and while I got you here, I want to read off some comments because I got a couple of comments here. And you guys have seen them, right? And I got somebody. I got a friend of mine, Mr. Ryan, the
not
historian.
Ryan.
You know Ryan, the historian.
Yes.
He's peeping in. Thank you, sir, for peeping in. And
greetings.
It's amazing, John, that press conference. It started off as an Atlanta press conference. By the time it ended, it was a Philly Boston or New York press conference.
Yeah.
It was a whole.
We talked about that, man. We were like, Mark Zeno brought that fire.
Blank and McKay ain't never heard questions like that before. But thing
Yeah.
about it, if this team was up north, they would get questions like that every day.
Y'all
I
seen
don't know
Don't Be a
what
Minute?
gave I don't know what gave the Atlanta media some balls this week, but boy, whatever did, that's how they need to be every day, all season long. Every time you see wannabe Vito Corleone and goddamn toothpick Decay sitting up at that table, I want you to give them guys hell I want every question to be hard. I want it to be Philly and Boston and New York every time. And now let's see what type of decisions they gonna make now.
I'm gonna tell you like I was telling John, and we were all talking when Mark Zeno, the way he asked that question, that man came off and just was like, I don't care if I get yeeted out of here or not. I'm coming. I got to ask this question. Y'all look stupid. And this is why I'm asking this question and what's great about it, you can't discredit what Zeno was doing. He's a military man. So it's like, what do the Falcons love to charity work with? Veterans.
What the military has to do with
Well, no. Listen to what I'm saying. No. What I'm saying is his background. The reason why I'm bringing that up because there's a reason why Arthur Blank wasn't going to cut him off. Was because he respects the fact he's a veteran. But the fact that Zeno just came full throttle and shot straight from the hip, and he did it again at the end of it with the other question. I wish I could remember that question.
6 straight losing seasons, man. I mean, we playing football, man. And I mean, I can't remember. I think this might be, John, it might be my first time in my lifetime that we went 6 straight. I'm trying to see.
It is.
This first time we went 6 straight seasons with no playoffs. Because even when we were sorry, we would sneak in a playoff appearance every few often. We probably get put out the first line.
Yeah.
But growing up, I think we went in 91. We went back in 95. We went to the Super Bowl in 98. We went back in 01. So you see, I mean, the longest it's been is maybe 3 or 4 years. But 6 years, man, even the Atlanta media got fed up. Like, look here, no more of this bullshit. We got some questions to ask. We got some shit that we've been seeing that's not looking right. And we want some damn answers. You hear me?
It was kind of predictable, though. We should have all saw this coming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should have.
They didn't see it coming, Keely, but they should have. If this was up north, matter of fact, Keely, if this was up north, Cherry's ass would probably have been at the press conference and not them two jokers.
Thank you.
Either he would have been there or he'd have been on like a Zoom meeting or something. Something along the line, you would have had to stand in front of them people. You would have to stand in front of the meeting. There is no hiding you up north.
Mm-hmm.
But
press conference. That's
one of the ideas that Zeno presented was that it wasn't Zeno, it was another reporter. They felt that the reason that Terry wasn't present is that because his job may not be secure.
Yeah.
True. And I feel the same thing. Like if a Belichick or Harbaugh type coach come in here, they want full autonomy over. I'm gonna be the head coach and I'm gonna be the GM. I'm gonna go get my own groceries and I'm gonna cook it the way I want to cook it. Fano is going to get moved. I don't think he'll get fired. He's gonna get moved. His position will change. Like I was sitting there, me and Larry was talking earlier.
I'll let Harbaugh have.
Let me say that. Let me say this. Until that happens, what's wrong with you playing the role?
Yeah.
Until that happens,
you can't play the role no more. Not
after that press conference.
No.
Yeah, we can't see Terry. Terry can't after what happened Monday. Terry is really useless now. He can't come out.
Whoa.
He can't control nothing.
Actually,
He's gonna get those questions at some point. Like we still have free agency, we still have the combine.
Whether it's here,
he's gonna get those.
Go ahead, Kim.
No, go ahead. I'm just saying the same thing you're saying. At some point, he's gonna get interviewed, and
they're gonna ask him what exactly. I'm telling you, the questions he gonna get is what exactly is your position? How much power do you have? And if it's me asking these questions, dude, why are you staying on with this job if you don't have the power to hire and fire coaches? Because at the end of the day, I hope your butt knows that you the scapegoat. You the one that's gonna get blamed if the thing don't work at the end of the day.
I think people keep saying like that something was taken from him when he signed up for the job, knowing what it was.
I don't think he had it.
Yeah, he never had it.
He never had it.
Yeah,
he signed up knowing what the structure was, and he was excited for his opportunity, which is why.
Yeah. Hey, Miss B.
Hey, let's stop for a hot second. The hottest second there is.
Yeet.
And acknowledge Miss B saying, "Hey, y'all.
Hey, Miss B.
Hey, Miss B.
Hey, Miss B. How you doing?
What's up?
Hey, Ron, say hi.
What's going on? What's going on?
I'll say hi for Ron. Hey, Miss B.
Oh, God. Man, stop it.
Red, you'll never work again. Red, you'll never work again. Red.
Hey, go ahead, John. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was thinking about something. I need to get it straight.
No, I got it out. Winston we were saying the same thing. That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I think. Oh, okay.
Tonio,
what's going on, Buck?
Woo!
Tonio, what's up, man? It's Tonio in the house. Well, you
see what my boy Ryan said? He said, sadly, these jokers have Terry. Huh?
No, I was telling Red on last night he's just stuck around, man. We ran to what? 5-something in the morning?
Yeah. Red, man.
Oh, Lord.
I thought I was at work.
Y'all two got on last night.
We had like a full panel last night.
Yeah,
man. I waited. I thought he wasn't going. I thought he was just bringing on set people, so I just went on and eat something.
Turned it in.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, now let me read what Ryan wrote here. He said, "Sadly, these jokers have Terry hamstrung from the jump. Terry's like a one-legged man in a karate kicking contest. Now, hey, he absolutely right. You know,
but
go ahead.
Well, I'm saying that's what I'm fearful of, because that's what comes with the scenario. You're gonna keep getting these rookie head coaches and rookie GMs because they're the only ones that's willing to put up with the structure. Like keep in mind, Terry was a scout his whole career. He only had 1 year as an assistant GM under Mickey Loomis. Mickey Loomis run everything over there. He only had 1 year as an assistant, and then they went ahead. He got his opportunity. That's not to say he didn't earn it, but what I'm saying is he's only had 1 year of GM experience. So
like the Hawks.
So of course he's gonna jump for that opportunity.
John, he needs to be the next team to get ran through the cold by the Atlanta media, the Hawks.
And you're absolutely right.
Lost tonight, didn't it?
No, they won. They won.
They won.
But Embiid was not there.
Hey, a win's a win. I'll take it.
The last I saw, it was like 9 seconds left. They called their own timeout, and they were down 1.
They beat
Larry. Shout out to the
Hawks
Dixon
won
Way.
in overtime.
Shout out to the Dixon Way. Great play-by-play commentary.
Oh yeah,
in the Atlanta Falcons. In the Atlanta sports, period, and some Florida sports, whatever. But best play-by-play in the business. And happy birthday to Mrs. Dixon. Today's her birthday.
Happy birthday, Miss Shonda.
Now, Winston, don't you get beat up by wishing another lady happy birthday?
Oh no, man! I took old Larry early.
Yeah.
Hey, Ain't your baby listening in the next room? You don't want to come out there and beat you up.
Yo, let's slow in the fart next time.
Yeah, we gotta check, y'all. Let me check. Yeah, she's snoring.
Now,
Peeping around the corner. Peeping around the corner.
okay. Now
got
the
birds in the
next
room.
the next piece of business. Now we haven't rung all of this out, but I'm just gonna throw this out here. I understand that the people who rank schedules have said we're going to have the most easiest schedule again coming up in 24.
Does that matter?
Well,
It
that was going
it
to
don't
be
even have a
part of
coach and
the that was
quarterback.
going to be part of the question.
It might, because Arthur Smith not here, so it might.
Now, say for instance, you hire a new head coach. Head coach. I'm not going to go general manager or anything yet.
How about?
But say for instance, you hire a new head coach, whoever it is. Are you willing to give him this season? And when I say give him this season, suffer through, or do you want that man to hit the ground running? Now, remember, you don't have a quarterback.
That's why I say, John, we got to see. Right now, it's hard to say because these questions, a lot of these questions we're going to be answering and discussing right now, it's going to be hard to answer now than maybe over the next few weeks. Because you say, do we
hit the ground running?
Yeah, do we get? Well, of course, yeah. Personally, I want to win next season. So whoever it is, they're going to have to find the right quarterback to mix in with the pieces and get his game plan going. I just don't want to have a 7th straight season of missing the playoffs. But at the same time, we have to respect that it will be his first year on the job, and he has a lot to unwind, including the 2 more runs that pay his check.
Well, that's a good likelihood that we're gonna have more losing seasons. Because like again, like we discussed earlier, like what's the incentive for a veteran coach to come here? And which means to me that more than likely, because the way our front office set up, we're probably going to get another rookie head coach. And
that's why I say it's Todd Munson.
And if Terry is in charge of the strategy, if we don't move up, then it's a good likelihood that it continues down this path until we get a quarterback in. Like people talk about Arthur Smith all they want. Hey, he ain't have a quarterback. I get he killed his own self. Like he got himself fired. But if you get Bobby Slowick, try Bobby Slowick without CJ Stroud. And you play CJ Stroud with Desmond Ritter, and let's see what kind of season he has. So and the other thing that I noticed in that press conference was that your boy Blank had no problem coming to the defense of Ritter, and he put a lot of Ritter's issues on the coach. So
you know this man for no football, Keely.
Hey, he's getting it from somewhere. So either and when I say he said that they're all lockstep in the Ritter decision and in all the decisions, to me that makes me believe that Rich McKay is in lockstep with believing in Ritter. Blank is in lockstep with believing in Ritter, and so is Terry. And those 3 people are still in the building. And I would not be surprised if in an interview they ask one of these young head coaches who they can have control over, can you develop our guy? And I would not be surprised at all, which means that's another losing season.
I mean, yeah.
Because what it is probably going to be, hey, if you can't get Ritter developed, then we'll go get your guy. And I feel like that's the path we're going to head down.
If they do that, look, they have got to trade up in this draft and get their guy this season. Anything else is going to be
I wouldn't be surprised that they did it. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't be surprised they did it.
Me and Keely, like Keely's said first.
Red rant. Prepare for the most epic red rant.
I'll join you, Red.
If these fools tell me
Hey, let me holler at the chat right quick, Red, and you can continue.
Go ahead, Joe.
Now I keep getting an indication.
Go back one chat.
I keep getting an indication that somebody wants to come in, but then they drop out. If you're trying to do that,
it's probably
put your name in the chat. Put your name in the chat, and every time I see a guest pop up, I try to bring them up, but then when I try to bring them up, you drop off. Just like you dialing the phone and giving up before I can get to the phone. So if you want to come in,
it's probably James.
Huh?
It's probably James, because James was sitting there trying to get in, and he was in, but it kept cutting in and out.
Yeah. Okay. All right. But yeah. But go ahead, Red.
I'm saying, man, y'all. If y'all think me and C-Dub Monday morning quarterbacking rants are hard, well, let me find out that they trying to come work it back with Ritter and talking about they're gonna go get a quarterback next year. No. You better get a quarterback this year. The quarterback class is strong. What in the F would you be waiting for next year for? We need a quarterback, and everybody in the country know it. Ritter is a joke. And any coach coming here and they ask him that question.
Well, Red, what you just said, but Red, what you just said, everyone know that he's
a joke.
All right. Did you get that from the press conference that everybody know that he's a joke? Did you get that from with Arthur Blank?
No. I ain't paying attention to those two morons.
They're the ones in control. Them the ones in control. And that makes me think, and that makes me believe that that's why we complain about. But the thing is, exactly, and they're probably going to get another young coach that's happy for the opportunity and gonna be more willing to listen to what Rich McKay has to say.
You a moron if Ben Johnson and any of those guys come over here and say, well, they saw in Ritter, you can work with that. Boy, don't even come in. Don't come. Because you a moron. It ain't nobody that should be coming over here talking about Ritter is my guy. The first thing they should say is, what are our plans to move up in the draft, because we need a quarterback. That's what the coaching process.
If that hire that we get is on the offensive side of the ball, and it's some guy that if it's a
Keely wants this to happen so bad.
Look, it's not. I'm just saying that it's a high probability based upon what I heard in that press conference. That's what it let me know.
Yeah.
They are strong.
You just want the comedy to continue.
I mean, like to be honest, like that's gonna be one. That's gonna be one of the selling points.
What? For
us trading up to number one.
Oh, okay. All right. I would hope you weren't gonna say Ritter.
Oh God.
Hey, Wilson, not the way you were talking about him.
He's going to be a selling point. We're going to sell his ass for 50 cents and 2 French fries to get his ass to fuck about the door.
Listen, we're going to
sell him. He's got to be a selling point. He's going to be a selling point. Like, point away from us.
I want to sell his ass to Australia, never to be seen again, and to get trampled by a damn kangaroo in a kangaroo danger.
I would send his ass to the Bermuda Triangle with the equipment in the office. In the office, one-way trip.
Banish his ass to the insurance of Ireland. Goddamn!
I'm trying to tell you, man. Buddy got to go. He got to go. Or we're gonna have to bury him so far down the depth chart. It's gonna be retarded.
Well,
I'm gonna remake Castaway, and Dez and Ritter gonna be the star. But he ain't gonna have no soccer ball out there. He's gonna be good. And
he's gonna have a football. He's gonna call it Artie.
Hold on.
Artie.
If you remake Castaway, he can't be Tom Hanks because he can't handle being the lead. So he got to be the goddamn little volleyball. He got to be that volleyball with a smile face.
You want me to tell you who he's gonna be?
That heartburn, then.
He gonna be that fucking plane that couldn't even make it to the damn aisle. Got there. That's Riddle. Riddle is the plane.
He gonna fall short of his destination.
The ultimate issue is that the three people in the front office don't agree with us about him. So that's the ultimate issue.
Okay,
look,
let me play that snippet, because see, I got something a little bit different from that.
What? No, that hold on, John. There was two conversations about him.
But they chose to take, and this is not to defend either Taylor or Dez, but our quarterback play this year was clearly deficient. But quarterback play includes, scheme, play calling, other players. There's a lot of things that go into what makes a quarterback successful or not.
What are you talking
and how
about,
you
man?
transition a quarterback into the NFL with the level of complexity of plays you put in front of them, whether it matches where they are in their career path. There's a million things that go into it. That's all I'm going to suggest is that, I've learned a lot in 22 years, and that's one of the things. So it's not just the player. It's the coach, the coaching. Many of these young men today, at all positions, come in the NFL today. They are diamonds in the rough, but they need to be polished, and polished by a great coaching staff. So, Desmond, I say Desmond would say the same thing. Taylor would say the same thing. Was the kind of years that they hope to have personally, obviously for the club as well. They'll continue to work on their crafts and continue to get better. And who knows what the future will hold for Desmond. Bright young man, committed, team leader, athletic. Obviously, not the kind of year that he wanted, not the kind of year we wanted. And Taylor Heineke.
No shit. Sorry.
Elsewhere, and played through a number of injuries this year. And so we'll see. But
wink.
That sounds like.
I know that Mr. McKay did as well. That any option that
when they file in nursing homes,
whether it be quarterback,
when they file in guys in nursing homes, come to press conferences.
Oh, hold on. All of us, 1,000%, without any equivocation.
Well,
the last part, because everything I heard.
Let me rewind that last. I'm gonna rewind that last part.
How much weight you would put on?
Shut up, you.
Because everything I heard was he didn't get the coaching that he needed.
But I know that I did, and I know that Mr. McKay did as well. That any option that the coach ever wanted relative to whether it be quarterback or any other position was completely supported by all of us, 1,000%, without any equivocation.
Okay, now that y'all heard that. Okay, now what I got from it is just like what Keela just said. See, there was some hidden talk going on in there, and matter of fact, there was some slick shots fired underneath that right front tie, on the corner there with, boop, boop, and it caught some folk in the leg. It caught some folk in the leg because the thing is, he was talking about, okay, you can have all of these other things, but these players, he made this point and said, these players come out as diamonds in the rough, and somebody has to polish them.
Some of them are coals in the rough.
Yeah, well, see, okay.
Well, it could be turds.
He picked them. And and Arthur Blank said, we supported whatever it was that he said do.
They were in
you can take that with a grain of salt. You can take that with a grain of salt.
They were in lockstep. They were all in lockstep with the decision of getting rid of her. And what I heard was, it was the coaching was deficient for the most part in terms of his development. To me, that means that they still have a belief in the young gentleman. They agreed with it. Wasn't like I didn't hear that it was one guy who picked and we supported it. It was that we were all in lockstep with the decision.
Right. Well, yeah. That everybody was quote unquote because he made the point to say that whatever Arthur Smith wanted to do, we gonna support you. Because see, number one, and see, the reason I'm gonna say this is that number one, y'all don't know nothing about picking no watermelons at the farmer market. Okay? Y'all don't know how to do that. Okay, y'all don't know how to pick no squash. Y'all don't know how to pick stuff. Y'all don't know how to thump that melon and listen for that clunk 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 when you thumping that melon down there. You know, you got people that you supposedly put in place to go do that. All right. Now, your coach picked this man, said, I can develop. Now, I have been chronicled from the day that Ritter came here last year, talking about the qualification. I mean, you know, me, all right, I go by resumes. I'm getting ready to interview somebody. You weed out the resumes first. Okay.
Yep.
You take a look at the resume, see what you got on the resume. If you don't have the qualifications on the resume, I disqualify you. I don't bring you in for no interview because you taking time from somebody who's better qualified that meets my criteria that I need to interview. Okay. So you, sir, we really appreciate you applying. At this time, your qualifications do not match what it is that we're looking for. Sometime in the future, you know, we'll be able to, you know, talk with you again and, you know, reapply. And, you know, what you have is impressive so far, but, you know, just doesn't match what it is I'm looking for. Bam, bam, boom, you gone. I go to the next person. All right. But
that what should happen with Arthur Smith.
Yeah.
Bam,
And
bam,
see,
boom. Yeah.
and see.
Bullshit. Sorry, allergic.
Yeah.
John,
So see,
as soon as he saw Tennessee Titans, it would have been bam, bam, boom.
Boom.
Yeah. Now,
Man,
see,
guys.
And in finishing my comment, and I'll be quiet here for a second. And just like Keely said, now Keely, I got the impression that he was kind of hurt for Ritter because that didn't happen.
I agree.
See, the thing was, you know, he was a little upset about it because he had faith in it. He had faith in him, and he felt from what he was saying that he was not developed properly. And and the more I think about it, I wouldn't be scared to say that was part of that conversation they had Sunday night before they fired him.
John,
before he got cussed out.
Yeah.
You
know what I got?
Go ahead, Ron.
You know what I got from that bullshit?
Bullshit.
Arthur Smith not here no more, so we gonna point the finger at Arthur Smith. You fucked up, now you're not here.
That's just straight up bullshit.
And now we telling you about your black ass. You don't want to hear it now.
Cause see, man, I was hollering it on the radio. I was hollering it here in Facebook. I was hollering it on Twitter and all these other platforms, Twitter, whatever it is. But hey, I was telling them because see, it was ridiculous. It was just simply ridiculous. If I can see it and y'all can see it, and we nowhere near $9-10 million a year, Keely might be, but I ain't. I'm not there. But if I'm not making that type of money, and none of us are working for any football organization, the Falcons especially, what the hell are you people looking at? How the hell y'all fix y'all mouth to come out here and try to tell me, Arthur Smith, that after one series in a preseason game, I'm satisfied, this is my man? How you do that? Man,
how many series?
That's just disgusting.
Here's my question, because I've heard that before. How many series would have been sufficient to make a difference this year?
All of them. All of them.
Is that better?
Here's my question.
Go ahead.
He would have been playing. Well, go ahead.
If he would have played every single series in the preseason, you think we would have had a different season from him?
No.
I Well, go ahead,
we
y'all. Y'all
we
go
would
ahead.
just been able to we just would have been able to
The
go a
shit.
different route a lot sooner
Yeah.
than what
Right.
we did.
They
That's the
would have
biggest
saw
thing.
how sorry he was. The Falcons would have
Let
made
me
up
ask you
the
this.
season.
Let me ask you this. Even though Heineke is not a world beater by far he's not. Let me ask you this:
No, he's not.
if we had started Heineke, do you think we would have ended up being able to make the playoff this year?
Yes.
I don't even know anymore. I want to say
I,
yes, but Heineke was kind of he's had his moments.
Suspect too.
I
Yeah, he
I
was suspect too.
I would
But
say this though. I don't think I here's what I think Arthur Smith was thinking. Whether y'all saw the snaps or he saw the snaps, I think he felt like it was gonna be it's the same number of snaps. Like if he's scrimmaging for 3 days against the Dolphins in the scrimmage, I can understand why he didn't see a reason to play him in a Dolphin preseason game. If they just did 3 days of scrimmages. I get it. I just think that I don't know if playing him any additional drives would have made Ritter better. I think we saw like whatever snaps he didn't get in preseason, he got week 1 against Carolina. Like he just I think the product that he
He's
is the
just
product that
trash.
he is.
He's just trash.
tell me
That's
this.
my opinion. I
Wait a
just
minute.
think he's trash. I don't think it would have made a difference.
Tell me this. Even
It wouldn't.
Stevie
It wouldn't.
Wonder
It
to
would
see
just.
that
It would
man
just
was
open the
running.
door for us to be able to move and be
And
more
that's on
proactive earlier.
Arthur
If
Smith.
that were the case, exactly, and
And that's on Arthur Smith.
that would have saved Arthur Smith his job. That would
But
save him his job.
but I
That's
think
the dumb shit. Once again,
but I think he felt like I think his arrogance made him feel like he could develop him during the year. I felt like he was too deep in. It's more so like, well, I vouched for this guy. Now I gotta roll with him because I already vouched for him. And I think it was more so that it was like I told, hey, this is my guy, and I can do the job. And then I can't circle back, a week later and be like, all right, I can't do it. I mean, I told y'all I could win 10 games with him, but hey,
this
after a whole
ain't it.
training camp, I
But,
can't do it.
This
all
ain't
right,
it.
but let
guys,
me
guys.
say this. I
Oh, go
bet
ahead, Ron.
even Stevie Wonder to see Desmond Ritter ain't shit.
I think he
can
was
see
hiding
that.
them. I think he was hiding them. He did his
All
best
right.
to hide them.
You have to at that point.
Ray Charles
When
said he was never watching the Ray,
when you don't pull
Ray
a trigger
Charles said he was never
on
watching
getting
the
a legitimate veteran quarterback that can sit there and run the show, you have to have that quarterback. Then you sit there
All
sitting
right.
on the
I
tape.
think that's why he
You have
doubled
to.
down on the running back position to hide them.
Exactly. To hide him. Well, look, I got a pass catching dynamic running back in the backfield now because CP getting a little long in the tooth, and Algier, he's not gonna sit there and shake and bake like Bijan do. It's all to help Ritter. It was to help Ritter, and Ritter was still trash. He was trash. Like you can only hide trash for so long before it starts to stink, and everybody smell it. It's like a dead body. A dead body is going to end up stinking. I don't give a damn how much you wrap it.
Right.
Hey,
If you put it in the shallow grave, a dog will find it in a couple of weeks.
oh, that's damn true. There's no
Put it in
lie
the
about
grave.
that. But all right,
And
real quick.
that's what happened. That's what happened with Ritter.
All right. So some of the tendencies I was seeing with Ritter and the way, like the New Orleans games, was pretty much perfect, and it was a perfect example of our season. We started off hot. 2 games we won, but then they made adjustments. They stopped. They started making sure. Hey, let him try to heave it out. Let's try to make him throw it deep. And New Orleans just kept making the adjustments, and then he threw the interception, and then the team just said "F it" because they just at that point it was too much. Now, what I'm going to say is this: would the preseason have helped Ritter? Yay, nay. All I'm saying, camaraderie. Doesn't that play a point in the football where the offensive line is comfortable with you? The running backs, you're playing over and over. You know the plays.
They don't do that
We
in
had a
practice.
game. Hold on. And I agree. But what I'm going to say is we've had games where the receivers didn't know the plays. And that was with Ritter. And that was with Heineke. So, again, we could go on about, well, does Ritter have some, you know what? Does Ritter have some play? Can Ritter do something? He probably could, guys. But can he do it for this team? Hold on.
He
Can he?
can go get that coffee for
Yeah. Hold on. He could get the donuts. He could be DoorDash. We saw the commercial.
No.
But my thing is this. To me, if you trot out Ritter in spring or if training camp, training camp, yeah. If you trot out Ritter in training camp or whatever, any momentum you thought you built up, I'm gonna tell you, the fans are dressing up as seats, and it's gonna look bad. I personally am trying to believe that these knuckleheads are going to find somebody that is an experienced head. Hey, let's be honest. I was being nice. Those dumb twits couldn't figure out what the hell they were doing. I mean, Dumb and Dumber was live doing a performance every time, and then March Zeno threw him a fastball. They were like, "Oh, we weren't ready for that." No crap, Sherlock. You know who probably was? Terry. But Terry's just sitting at home going, yeah, baby, they just told me to console these idiots, but we're all watching this press conference laughing our asses off. I mean, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
If I saw your bald head ass coming trying to console me.
Oh, Red, you would take that consoling. You would be like,
I'm gonna take my last check. Get your
Hey, Winston.
I don't want
to put the ball in his throat.
Hey, Winston, hey, Winston, in the clinch. That what you used to do in the clinch, Winston.
John, if Terry came up to me like, man, you want to talk about it? Hey,
my feelings.
I'm sorry.
Hey, we like to welcome to the stage
Larry.
What up, fellas?
Larry from the Dixon way.
Happy birthday to your wife. Happy birthday to your wife.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
House won, so that's awesome.
Oh yeah, man. And you awesome.
What was the final score?
One in overtime.
139,
132. Yeah.
Okay.
Jalen Johnson breakout game.
You said Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson, yeah.
Them light skinned guys, you gotta watch out for them. They be balls, boy.
No,
all right, Red.
That ain't the only thing.
Y'all had Grant Hill. Who else you got?
Winston, you wrong.
But hey, Larry. Larry, I've been.
You got Stephen Clay.
Yeah. Hey, now Larry, I've been watching, and I think last night when we were going later prior to you going to bed, because he eventually later on tried to let some people come in. But I was watching and looking at some of the comments that you had about the press conference, and man, share it with us in this platform, because see, man, I'm just telling you, Larry, I'm embarrassed. I'm just really embarrassed.
FFS type of stuff, like, all right.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So I remember every press conference that we fired somebody, and Thomas Dimitrov was right there. I'm glad that Tidy showed that, bro. I'm like offended. I'm like really offended when I saw Coach saying, well, it's just the way their structure is. I understand that, but basically their structure is their GM is the assistant coach. I mean, assistant general manager. That's what he is. The general manager is the assistant general manager. Yeah, exactly. Rich McKay don't want his hands dirty with anything until when it comes to this, and he got to keep talking about Tampa Bay. I did this in Tampa. I don't care what you did.
Tony Dungy did it.
Say that again.
Exactly. to me, man, I just
So,
look at it
no,
like
I don't know why you still living off that.
exactly, but that's what
And
he's living on.
when
Uh,
when when that's your only claim to fame, you're gonna live on. It's like somebody in high school. Man, I was the state
Al
champion back in
Bundy.
high school. But
Yeah,
man, you
Hey, man,
45
Al
years
Bundy was a
old now.
great player.
What are you doing now?
He
What are you
didn't
doing now?
and he didn't
Shoe
even earn the
salesman of the
role.
month.
He didn't even earn the role. He's there because of his daddy, man.
exactly. So
Hey,
this is
Woo!
exactly 100%. So
Tony
when I
Dungy
look
built
at
that team. I ain't giving him no credit for it.
exactly, but Arthur Blank don't understand that, and we're gonna be at the same place until Arthur Blank wake up because Arthur Blank is P whipped by Rich McKay. Uh, that's
Mm.
about that's about the easiest way I could say it. Like when you keep referring, first of all, not even the optics, man. You gonna sit here and talk about the Rooney Rule, and then you got the black man in the back,
behind
And you
curtain,
never, and you
and
never
behind
hide.
curtain,
the
consoling.
problem is he's here in spirit,
Console
Mm.
oh, like he's
Come
dead
on,
or something.
Larry.
That's
console
Then
the
he
whole
here and
thing
talk
of the
Rooney.
Rooney Rule.
Oh, and then you bring out the
You're a
Rooney Rule.
GM or a head coach in spirit.
Yeah, you bring out
That
the
what your
Rooney Rule,
blackness equate to.
and then
God, that's messed up.
I could
You
have
know, Wesley,
understood.
they went through the phony hiring process and just actually hired them, and it's still a
Yeah,
phony process.
you're a head coach or a GM in spirit.
Yeah, in spirit,
That's how you move around
but really,
the Rooney Rule.
you're a director of personal
Hey,
personnel,
Larry,
player
Larry,
personnel. That's what it
I
really
told
is.
you ain't nothing but a secretary, a
But
glorified secretary.
no,
That's
no,
why they left him back. They
he's
left
the
him back at the
assistant
facility
GM.
answering the phone.
No, he's the assistant GM. His duties is of the assistant GM, but they couldn't label him that because no team
Flowery
is going to
brain,
give you
cherry speaking.
no no team is going to give you
Catering.
permission.
You want the janitor?
Oh, here I am. I'm the
No team is
janitor.
going to give
Oh,
I'm
them.
the
please.
cook. I
Go
do it
go
Don't
ahead,
worry,
all.
man. Go
Larry.
ahead,
I
Larry.
believe in you. I believe in you. You're gonna get it out. I
Come on,
believe
I
Larry.
can't. I can't.
I know. I
I'm
hope
trying. Uh, no team can officially ask for permission for someone if it's just a lateral move.
Yep.
You won't get permission to talk to them because it's a lateral move. So the Falcons had to disguise it as a general manager job. Maybe he gets paid like a real general manager, but his duties is of an assistant. You know what I'm saying? He compiles all the data on either all the free agents, the plus and minuses on who fit. He's the one going out to draft day. So yeah, I mean he's just the assistant GM. He does the assistant GM duties. I'm saying in a regular organization, and they explained it fine. That's why I wish Coach was on here. They explained it fine. The problem is that the whole system is messed up, and they got a
Yep.
Yep.
messed up system. Like
From top to
you're
bottom.
basically the owner ain't supposed to do anything but dry stamp. You know what I'm saying? He's not supposed to be in any talk. Like you're not supposed to even supposed to talk to the owner. You know what I'm saying? Unless he come in, rah rah, shake some hands, whatever. But he's up in the booth. You know what I'm saying? Like the the team president is the one that really signed off on things. You know what I'm saying? In normal organizations. But just skipping that process, Arthur Blank want that. That's his flip. That's Arthur Blank flip. He wants to pick the coach. Right? Normally
Mm.
you had a GM vetting out everyone. The GM
Yep.
will vet out everyone, pick people to the design of what he's trying to build. Okay. Thus he will share responsibility if it fails. Okay. The team president will go ahead and be the one to approve it. And the owner will come in and just shake their hand because the owner really don't know nothing about football. That's why you have
Oh,
guys in place. So the pyramid is messed up. You see what I'm saying? Like the way they organize this, the only Falcon for life is Rich McKay. It wasn't Matt Ryan. It wasn't Julio. The Falcon for
Nope.
life is Rich McKay. That's the Falcon for life, guy.
which is
And
why
once
this can
you
all go bad.
and once you realize that, I heard Rich McKay said, I, I would do GM what I would do at least 10 times in that press conference. Guys, he said that he tried to step back and let Terry and Arthur Smith build a roster. But in the same breath, if everybody got to run things by you or think tank with Arthur and you got to have a think tank with the head coach and a general manager, then he's not a general manager. He's an assistant general manager because he got to run everything by you. He got to run it up the chain of command. He don't really have any power. You know what I'm saying? He's an assistant GM with the name of a GM. So yeah, technically, and just like Scott Kennedy said, technically, he's doing all the duties, and maybe it has changed. Don't look at it as a traditional. All I say is he's really an assistant coach, just getting with the title of GM because he wanted the title. He probably get paid like one. I ain't trying to get in his pockets or nothing, but his duties are of an
Larry,
assistant coach. So
let me ask you a question just to play devil's advocate though.
go ahead.
So I think that the way that our organization is structured, and the way our organization is structured is lends itself to basically that veteran GMs or head coaches probably aren't going to want to play ball with us, right?
100%.
So they have to take these young, unproven commodities that are willing to, this is their first shot. Now,
exactly.
It goes hand in hand because at the same time, would you turn over your GM role to a guy that's only had 1 year of assistant GM experience?
No, I understand that. They took him because he was a bright young star and drafted talent. But the thing is, I think they kind of spilled the beans. I was thinking it was 50-50. And what's the name said, he did, like Terry said, when they were doing draft, it was 50-50. But Rich McKay kind of spilled the beans saying it was, he would give half, like get a draft to the coach and then give free agency and like pickups like that to another person. But that could change depending on what head coach they get next. So they were trying to say that they wouldn't diminish Terry role, but easily they're going to diminish they get it on Bill Belichick because he's going to demand, the respect of a 7-time champion or a 6-time champion. So, and then he would be a secretary, like what? He would just be a draft guru and salary cap guy. Like that's what he really would be then. He would be basically bumped down in his duties. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
to be honest.
Hey, Larry,
So
let me ask you this.
yeah.
How do you in your opinion, because everybody on this panel can sit there and see the flaws of this front office. What do you think it would take to break it, to break the mold, to break this spirit of this hierarchy setup that is unconventional and not working, and it's been proven to not work for over 2 decades?
How can you convince Batman or Bruce Wayne not to be Batman?
Either.
No, I'm serious.
Don't
With all the money to
put
do
that light
what
on
he
me.
want to do, he don't have to do this, right? Arthur Blank don't have to do this.
The only way you get
He was
around it
successful without it.
Is get a strong mind head coach.
Yeah,
That's
the only way you get around it is to
Well, I was
get a
gonna say.
veteran head coach.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only way.
Or
No.
strong-minded
Really the
head
only
coach.
way.
Somebody's gonna tell them two knuckleheads, y'all two dumb motherfuckers.
I mean, no, I know what you're about to, Larry. I know what you're about to say, but they're
Y'all
not
need to
firing
sit
with you,
down.
right? They're
Let
not
me
firing
do
with
what
you.
I do,
So
and
I know that's where
allow
you're
me
probably
to
gonna
run
go,
this
but they're not
organization
gonna
the
fire
way
you.
I need to run it. But what y'all
that
doing
he
is
don't know
not doing.
football. But our old man,
Even if they
go
get a
smoke you a
strong will
cigar,
power.
go to the golf course, go kick up with your girlfriend, but put your old ass out I got this. This is my show. You hired me to be the coach. You hired me to run this team. So let me run my team, old man. Now butt out and let me do my job.
But what coach
I'm
has
about to
that
get.
standing to
Hey,
do that?
Winston,
Like
I'm about to go. Mr. Darnell on him. I'm lean on me.
a coordinator who's never been a head coach cannot go to Arthur Blank and say that though.
But that's why I said we should.
Hold on.
Guys.
Cause if there ever was one, it would have been Arthur Smith. Arthur Smith had the autonomy because of the power invested by his daddy and his friendship with Arthur Blank. Arthur Smith could have sat there and told him, "Hey, look, this shit doesn't work," but he wouldn't do that because it worked out for him personally. If me as a head coach, and I can sit there and walk past the GM to go straight to the CEO and the owner and have conversation without even having to talk to the GM about anything that I want, that's a perfect setup for me. And it showed for you, and that's why he said that. Like, if you sit there and look at his press conference, you can sit there and see the energy that he was giving in the press conference. Like, I'm above everyone. Why? Because that's the way he was set up in our franchise. He was above everybody. Terry Fano was the backdoor guardsman. That's about it. Instead of being in the front of the house, he guarding the door in the back of the kitchen.
You say backdoor guard. Like,
yeah, everybody else sitting there eating in the kitchen. I mean, in the front, like mafioso, like the family dinner.
But hey, what was that? What was that they said last night? The spook who sat by the door.
Winston, only thing I'll run back on
that's here. Spooking them, all right.
I don't think Arthur Smith had the cachet as a coach to tell Rich McKay and Arthur Blank what to do. Now, his father relationship, I understand that.
The original question was if we kept going with a first time head coach, who would have been the best one to break the mold? That's why I said Arthur Smith would have been the best one, position wise. He would have been the best one.
I'll tell you the coach. It was Dan Reeves, and he got rid of him. So
he got rid of him.
This was never look. Arthur Blank is never going to get a strong-headed coach because they're going to tell him to stay up in the booth. This is my field. You pay the bills. I run the team on the field. You know what I'm saying? That's why he won't get a Bill Belichick.
Harbaugh gets tired of him walking on the field.
That's why we're not going to get a Harbaugh. That's why we won't get a Bill Belichick, because unless they just hand over everything to Bill Belichick, which they might do, because they respect Bill like that. But it would take someone like Bill Belichick to actually have them guys relinquish the power that they have.
Yeah, or Harbaugh. Harbaugh will get the same.
Harbaugh won't make them change their mind.
Harbaugh will make them buck. I'm telling you, he will make them buck.
Well, he would.
Harbaugh wouldn't come here.
Yeah,
Tomlin would too.
But that goes back to the conversation we had earlier. He's definitely Chargers is in the lead for his services, but you would have to sweeten the pot to a level, and that would have to be considered in order to get him away from the Chargers.
We would have to set a record.
Do it
now
to get him out of California.
And something I wanted to something that you said, Keely, that I got to deal with. And I understand what it was you were saying, and a lot of people have echoed the same thing. I go back to me being the personnel manager in human resources, getting ready to hire somebody. If you've got the qualifications, I'm going to put the full weight of your new position right down on your neck, because that's what I hired you to do. If you're
Everyone
going to
doesn't
be
hire to do that though.
Well, now see, okay, this is me looking from the outside in, just like I did with Charles London, the quarterback coach. I'm doing the same thing with general managers, presidents, whoever. If you have the title, you get the responsibility. You get the smoke, you get the fire, You get the award, you get the accolades, you get the recrimination, you get it all because
All right,
that's your job. And
let
see,
me.
He's going to jail.
So here's my thing. How much are how much are the Atlanta Falcons as a franchise? What's their evaluation? Their worth?
I have no idea.
4.6. I
All right,
want to say.
4.6. 4.6.
mhm,
Would you hire someone to manage a $4.6 billion company with only 1 year of experience?
No,
they did it.
Thank that. Yes,
no.
exactly. So the reason they would do it, because I've been hired in a situation like that, is because they see potential. But they're not
Okay.
going to give you they're not going to give
Or
you
they're
the
cheap.
whole, or they cheap. Exactly. That's another good reason.
No, that's cheap.
And so for that reason, they see potential, or because you're cheap, they're going to put you in this position where you're not going to give the full set of keys. You might have keys to one office, but you're not going to have the keys to all the offices.
They ain't gonna have the master lock. Yeah.
Exactly.
You got keys to that janitor closet.
Well,
Hey,
now let me say this. At this point,
the hope is that he would develop into that GM role and be able to get all the keys. But for someone with just 1 year of experience as an assistant GM, I don't think they were going to give him the full autonomy.
Oh no.
Hold on,
but
before
okay,
you go, John,
okay.
John, let me get this, John, please.
Oh, okay.
Let me get this. I like your hypothesis, but guess what happened? Guess who wasn't a GM prior to? Guess who was a lesser version of Terry? Dimitrov was a lesser. He was literally player scout. He wasn't assistant GM.
Well, that's what Terry was. It's all except for 1 year.
Yeah, but I'm talking about when Dimitrov left, he was player scout. That's what he was, and got thrown into the GM spot.
That is true.
But he didn't have the full power that we thought that he had.
No, he had more power. When he first
had
got
power.
Here,
they scaled back.
No. Because if you listen to that interview, they sat there and said we going to stay to the model that we always had. That
no, they stayed to the model after Dan Quinn. Remember?
Yeah, there you go.
They said
they went to that model with Dan Quinn.
With Dan Quinn, they started that model with Dan Quinn. I'm talking about Mike Smith. I'm talking about Fredo and all them. Dimitrov was a real GM, bro. He was a real GM.
Dimitrov
was a real GM.
Look, I don't believe that, because at the same time, if you go back and you look at it, how did we come across the Julio and Matt Ryan last contract? It came from above. Arthur Blank said, and shot his mouth out there once again with that
Falcon for life.
That where that Falcon for life shit started at, and the tag got down Dimitrov hand. He had no negotiating power after that point. After that point, when you sit there and say they are going to be Falcons for life in the middle of a negotiation setting, there's nothing you can do. The exact same shit happened. The exact same thing happened with Desmond Ritter, though. It's the same thing that happened with Desmond Ritter, huh?
But now let me.
But that's interference. That's not necessarily not control. It just blank interfered with the situation.
Well, would you just say
we run this, and everybody else sit there and piddle around underneath us? That's really what they said there and said during that presser.
I mean, but to be fair, prior to that, like Dimitrov got full credit for the Julio trade, every other thing that was executed. Dimitrov got
you know why he got full credit? Because if you hit on it, I'm gonna go ahead and give you this. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the crumb, because when you fuck up, you gonna get all the brunt of that. You gonna carry all the brunt of that. That's why you do that.
But Winston,
when you hit, hold on. But Winston, and then you can slide out. Oh, go ahead.
But the point I'm making before you go too far down the tree is that there was never Mike Smith was credited for this, or this was Mike Smith's fault. Mike Smith was nowhere in the equation of any of the moves. You see what I'm saying? That's the distinction. Like now, is some of this is Arthur Smith, some of this is Terry Fontenot, they in lockstep. Mike Smith was nowhere in the equation of those
No, he
decisions.
wasn't. And that's why they changed it after Mike Smith, because they say, okay, and that's what one of the things that Dan Quinn wanted was, all right, I need a little say in the drafting and stuff like that. And that's when they made the change. And when the coach have some say in the GM, and they bumped down the Mitchell power. But since they made it to the Super Bowl, they said we're going to keep it like that. You see what I'm saying? So this Falcon
that makes
team,
sense, but
this Falcon team basically is more reactionary, just like when they were trying to force Sarkisian and whoever come in as offensive coordinator to keep Kyle Shanahan. They kept trying to chase that same success, but it was never going to work because you're making another offensive coordinator run the same thing. And now you're placing that same thing, like, well, Dimitrov did it, so Terry, you got to do it. And these are stipulations. This is what we're having, but we're seeing that's a losing formula. That's all I'm saying.
but quick question.
Yes, sir.
All right. Out of success wise, Mike Smith tenure was more successful than Dan Quinn. Even though Dan Quinn went to the Super Bowl, he did go to the Super Bowl. I'll give him that. He did
And
go to
then
the
the
Super
Nate
Bowl.
Nate.
But Mike Smith's era as a total was
He is
more
better.
successful than Dan Quinn. All right. Now, if
Yeah.
the GM had full power in the Mike Smith era, and he was able to cobble together those teams to be more successful, why would you not stick with that model?
Because the only way you could get Dan Quinn was to give up some of those powers. And then when you gave up Dan Quinn with basically Mike Smith team outside of adding a few more pieces, they went to the Super Bowl in 2 years. So
You
when
know
you
what it
do
sound
that,
like? Mar Jackson and Steve Kerr.
exactly.
That's a
But
good one.
guess what? Once they scaled it back and they saw, oh, well, this is how we got to the Super Bowl. This is the standard we want to keep. Rich, guess what? We can still have you the de facto GM, but you don't have to play the. We don't need you going to all the meetings or nothing like that. But they ain't gonna be able to chew they can chew their food, they can't swallow it without you. That's basically what that is. That's all I'm saying.
But Quinn failures and Mike Smith failures were two different type of things.
Oh,
Like,
I agree.
yeah,
Yeah,
Quinn
most definitely,
failures were
most
more
definitely.
so like lack of depth in that cap situation, because we had 2018 where with 5 or 6 starters in the defense all went down. Neal, Ricardo Allen, all on Debo, all went
I
down,
don't go
and there's
move
no
on
depth
now.
behind it because of that
Yeah,
cap.
I understand, but I mean, that's just what
You
they did. And that's
Now
what
let
they
me ask.
probably.
Let me throw something in here. Now, when did
Well,
We got
Scott?
a new one.
When did Polian? Say what?
Scott
Scott.
Piola.
I was just letting you know we got someone new
Scott
here
Piola.
too.
Yeah, Scott Piola. Polian was the coach people, but Scott
Piola.
Piola came here as was working. And matter of fact, Dimitrov worked
I
for
was
Piola.
what, like
I
2010?
think that was I think that was
2010?
like
2012? Hold on.
Okay, and I'm trying to think. Was that the year where we had 7 general managers here?
Oh my God. Yeah.
we had a lot of cooks in the
Hold on.
kitchen.
I'm about to Google that. I'm about to
That
Google
was
which year that was.
Cause see,
that was it.
okay, now Larry, I'm going to ask you this: did you see that article about the Titans GM being in charge of the coaching search?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
See,
that's
see,
normally how
this,
it goes.
this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. And this is what I've been saying all along. Either your GM or your team president in most organizations, they are the ones that take point on hiring front office personnel.
Yeah.
Okay, they take point on doing that. Now, well, I said this earlier about the fact that if you have signed on to the job, and see, and see, this is just very important to me, just for me to understand, because I remember my chain of command. If you got the job, you got everything. And now to Keely's point, I'm going to say this. A GM does not supersede a CEO, vice president of operations, vice president of this, vice president of that, blah, blah, blah. He doesn't supersede them. But what happens a lot of times in big companies, it's usually somebody that's already there, that's been there for a while, that they just ease up. Okay? They'll have the title, they'll ease up, and people will be training him or whatever. But if it's somebody you hire off the street, and for the keys to the entire building, you better be doggone double dog sure that you vetted that person and that person can handle it, because they're gonna throw it right on their neck. Okay, so that's kind of the difference, because the thing is now, okay, if you hire this man as general manager, all right, and I know that the Rooney Rule was fully in effect when you got him, okay, the man got to do the job. Whatever you agree that job is, okay? Now, if he accepted this job under what we found out yesterday, not even being worth bringing to the press conference, son, hey, man, no. Ain't no sense of me defending. Ain't no sense of me complaining about you. Ain't no sense of me even going to bat for you. Because if you accepted this job under these terms, you just getting a paycheck. You know,
I believe that.
Yeah. You know,
I mean, how many people in this organization is literally sitting here just getting a paycheck?
Hey,
that's a good question.
Oh, you got a lot. You got a lot.
You got TJ Yates. You got TJ Yates as wide receiver.
No. Hey.
When he was a career quarterback.
Now that side of the ball,
you got David Gone, who is the offensive coordinator that does not call play, and it's quote unquote the de facto QB coach. You got who else? Man, it's so you got Terry Fontenot that's supposed to be a GM, and he's a goddamn floor scrubber and number cruncher. I mean, it's too many people, and it's all the way across the board. There's people in high places that is sitting there just collecting check. What's the dude name?
Beatles.
The assistant chairman. Scott. What is his name?
You talking about the president?
No,
Greg Beatles. Greg
Beatles. Beatles. He collecting the check too. No, I'm talking about the assistant chairman, the vice chairman.
Oh, I read his name off last night. Who is that? Man, I can't. I have to find.
I tell you, the mob chain of command is better than the Falcons, man.
They get stuff done.
You got it better. Yeah,
the Soprano crew way more stable than the Falcons.
We got Kyle Smith. We have Kyle Smith as assistant GM. Ain't never heard nothing about that man all season long.
Man, I don't know who none of these motherfuckers are.
Kyle.
Ain't never heard nothing about this man all season long.
That's why I want Harbaugh. Look, you bring Harbaugh, he the one chef. It's all
Ryan Pace. Ryan Pace is the director of player personnel.
Yeah, when he hit Chicago?
Yeah, he was the Bears ex-GM.
That's the one. And that's the one who wanted to get rid of. Yeah.
We keep picking people from sorry ass organizations, and then wonder why our organization is sorry. How does that make sense?
Well, it's a relationship business.
How you can sit there and say that you want a beautiful woman, but you keep choosing below average looking women?
Birds of a feather flock.
It don't make sense. It ain't gonna work out. I mean, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It is what it is. If you like what you like, then that's what it is. But
man, big girls need loving.
If you're chasing what is it? The universal.
The eye of the beholder, but in red, it's right in front of me.
Hey,
Don't go down that path.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
go down that path. Let it go.
It's just
Using
that
that
it's a
analogy.
relationship business. That's all it is. So you're gonna hire those people that you trust. Like if I'm hiring a DB coach, I'm gonna probably call Winston. Winston might have been on a team that was 1-15, but because I trust Winston, that's how all that works. It's just a relationship
Well,
business.
boy, that
Yeah.
secondary be getting killed. I
Well,
mean, boy,
Ain't stop.
But
be
I
Stop it.
but
burning their ass
I
left and
would have,
right.
I would have that secondary margin. You hear me?
but
Hell,
so that's my
29
point.
points
Look,
up and
They're
down the
all
damn
losers,
field.
bro.
first thing
It's
first. When
part of
when
another.
when we play cover two, we would be pressing on the line instead of giving up free releases. That's how we
Amen
get
to
burnt.
that.
That's how we got burnt majority of the season.
Like barbecue chicken.
That's how Washington
Now,
got burnt in the championship game.
now, okay. To Keely's point, I understand and see when you come in to
Trying to
interview,
get the
when you come in to interview head coach, you got to have in mind what kind of staff you're gonna have, because that's what the owner and everybody's gonna ask. Okay, who you gonna have as the offensive coordinator? Well, I've been talking with Red. Okay, and all right, and I trust Red. Blah 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 blah. I'm pumping Red up because see, I want to hire Red. He's gonna be on the staff. All right, defense. Winston, special teams coach, C-Dub, Larry.
Yeah, I am a nut.
Or whatever. I mean, this is what you're doing prior to the interview. You got to have a staff and stuff in mind.
And
Okay, you got to sell the people that are interviewing you on your vision for the team. It's really a sales job.
Like, man, I ain't never heard none of these guys. He named it.
Yeah, well, that's your job. And welcome in, big country. That's your job at the interview. That's your job at the interview. All right. Okay. Now,
now
when they mess up, owner coming to you. Hey, Harris, what the hell happened there on third down? Why wasn't your man? Why did we give up that much yard? Now, this is what the owner will ask because the owner not gonna know. He should have been in a cover 3, but he was playing quarters. The owner ain't gonna know that. He just gonna know that your defensive back gave up a whole bunch of yards and you lost the game because of it. All right. Now, when he comes to you, you got to.
He ain't coming to me.
I mean, you the coach. You the coach. You got to go and talk to that secondary coach. Hey, Winston, what the heck going on? Well, my man, he had a leg cramp. He twisted his knee or something happened and he failed and all that. Let him know what's going on. Okay.
I would yank him. And
you yank him for the next play.
Inside shade and you playing outside. You gave it the inside and he came on the drag route and the scorcher.
Yeah.
And you have to answer to the head coach.
Right. You got to answer to the head coach. And it is a chain of command situation. And if the owner has respect enough for the head coach, he won't go straight to the player and say anything to that player. Okay? Because it's supposed to go to the head coach first.
Coach. Yeah, exactly.
So go to the head coach first, and the head coach goes to the position coach, and the head coach may talk to the player or the position coach. They might be both chewing them out like police on the side of the road in both front windows. So hey, I've had that done to me. That's why I brought that up. But
it is not fun. It is not fun.
No.
For the world, bro.
All right, folks.
But I'm just saying. Like I said last night when we were talking, this is a dysfunctional organization. There is no clear rung ladder from one level to another level. You got two people with equal power that don't have to talk to each other and can go behind each other's back and do stuff and talk to the owner, talk to the CEO, all this type of stuff here. It just doesn't. It doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. Okay, just doesn't work. Just doesn't make sense. And you can like Larry said, and like Keely said, you can count on many more losing seasons or turmoil as long as it's like that. As long as it's like that, you can count on turmoil. You know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. You know that you you have no clear line up, no clear line down, folk backstabbing each other, and something's gonna happen. Mark my words, something is gonna happen where, well, right now it's not, because you fired Arthur Smith. So I guess that's the thing that happened. All right. Now that's been eliminated. That's been eliminated. That particular scenario has been eliminated. But if you continue to run this organization like this, something else gonna happen, because it just doesn't make any sense. Just don't make no darn sense to have this thing structured like this, where people can, like we used to call it, go up the back steps to the boss office and tell tales out of school and come back downstairs and smile in your face. How you doing, Terry? Oh, I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine, Art. You know, and y'all go y'all separate ways like y'all the best of friends. But as soon as you get out of earshot, that yeah, hey, and it goes on. It goes on. But there are companies and there are entities that don't tolerate it. They don't tolerate it, and they let people know, and you know, they stop it once they find out about it. But man,
that's a company or business that have a strong foundation.
yeah.
We're not gonna allow you to come in here and run ruckshot. It's something that we already established. Because what's going on in Atlanta Falcons organization, it's a slip and slide. It's two slip and slides lined up together, and whoever is fast on the bigger one, they both going downhill. Whoever had the most weight is gonna get downhill fast, and that's who's running to the CEO. It's pretty much like, all right, if I'm the head coach and John, you the GM, and Keely is Rich McKay. If I can get the Rich McKay, if me and John get the argument out there on the practice field or out there in the parking lot or whatever, if I can get the Rich McKay before you can get the Rich McKay, I can get him on my side before you even know that me and him even talked about it. It can't work like that. It can't work like that. And then you sit there and see it, and like we're gonna end up happening. Either we're gonna get a strong-minded head coach in here to break the mold, or there's gonna be a coach that's gonna sit there and crumble underneath of it, and he's gonna expose it like Brian Flores did when he was down in Miami. It's one of the two things that's gonna end up happening in this situation.
Yeah. So, you know, at this point, since one clown has been removed from the circus, that doesn't mean the circus has left town. The big top is still up. The big top is still up. And the bad part about it is we just don't know, and I hate to say this, we don't know who the next clown is gonna be that's coming in.
Well, we definitely at least we learned who the ringleaders are this week.
Oh yeah, man. And like I said, you know, that embarrassed me nationally.
Man.
That really embarrassed this franchise nationally, because everybody, okay, just as like Zeno pointed out and kicked out and saw what really was going on and asking the questions. And you know, afterward, he had his podcast on and he said what it was that he said about, because his main thing was they threw Arthur Smith under the bus. Okay, that was dirty and that was wrong. This is what Zeno said. Okay,
they rolled over it and backed up.
Yeah, I mean they burned rubber on it. You know. Now, okay, you did nothing to change that narrative in that press conference. And see, that was another reason why Zeno was so pointed, because see, he quote unquote liked Arthur Smith.
He did.
Yeah, you had three dynamics going on. Northern radio talk show host, liking Arthur Smith, and just being a regular arsehole. You know, all those dynamics.
I didn't know. I didn't know Arthur Smith had an ally in the Atlanta media.
Well,
yeah.
See, he was a closet. He was a closet ally.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Because I would hear Zeno from time to time when people would discuss Arthur Smith and various things, you know, that were going on, all that type of stuff. Because his very first thing that he said in Arthur Smith's defense was that, okay, Arthur Smith didn't have a quarterback. All right, now I'm listening to that, and everybody knows why he didn't. He didn't choose one. Okay, so you know, why am I going to expend valuable energy beating you up when you taking a 2x and beating yourself up with it? I'm gonna sit back there and look, and when you get ready to fall, I'm gonna take that last swing to finish you off, and then drop that board right beside you because you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. Now, and just like I've been saying ever since that happened, you've been trying to correct that mistake ever since the mistake took place. Okay, so
I got a question for for you, John.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in the camp. I believe I'm in the camp with Zeno. I think he didn't get his quarterback, and to your point, he chose that quarterback, right? So do you think? And I'm not speaking just in the case of Arthur Smith because everybody's opinion is different on whether or not they felt he was a good coach, but in general, is that really a fireable offense? Because I'm just thinking like Tomlin missed on his coach, Belichick missed on his coach. I mean, on his quarterback, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're still, but I wouldn't fire either one of them if I felt like they were still good coaches. They just swung and missed on their quarterback. I mean, Shanahan swung and missed on his quarterback.
Oh yeah.
But to me, that's not
winner though.
I get it, but if you have a good coach, do you fire him just because he swung and missed on a coach? That's my point. Because all right, you fired Kyle Shanahan if he swung and missed on Lance. Now that's even worse because he traded up to get one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say they didn't win, right? Who are you gonna bring in that was gonna be a better coach than Shanahan? Like you got rid of your coach because he made a bad personnel decision. I get it, but at that point you have to replace him with something better. Like this is just my thought. Like Mike Tomlin got Pickett. Pickett does not look like the guy. But are you going to literally fire Mike Tomlin because he swung and missed on a quarterback?
But now, Mike Tomlin still out-coached and coached around a bad quarterback and made it to the playoff. Mike Tomlin has never had a losing season. He got a cachet.
Okay,
that's the biggest thing. But let me ask you this quick question.
But I got you. But to the point is, that's why I stated if you believe you got a coach, we all different in our opinion on whether or not he was a good coach. My point is, clearly we believe Tomlin is a good coach. We believe Shanahan is a good coach, and we believe that Belichick is a good coach. Yeah. But that's my point. Do you fire a coach if you believe he's a good coach just because he swung and missed on a quarterback?
Now, let me address it.
You fire a coach. You fire a coach when his plan of a rebuild makes absolutely no sense. And then when you have the opportunity to complete said rebuild and to top it off, you didn't do it. We could have went got a veteran quarterback. We could have traded for a veteran quarterback. We could have had somebody in place to run his offense, but you decided to run around with Ritter as QB1. Ritter's future, Ritter's future, which is Taylor Heineke, as QB2, who the same person. They're the same person pretty much. Heineke is a little bit less prone to make a turnover, at this stage in his career. But they're the same quarterback.
So let's
I
take
agree.
your
Same quarterback.
suggestion. Let's take your suggestion. Coming out of camp, he done had a whole training camp and everything, right? Coming out of camp, he plays him in a couple preseason games. Y'all got your preseason snaps y'all wanted. And then he realized, oh, this ain't going to cut it. Do you think at that point, after he done told Arthur Blank, I can make this work, do you think that him at that point going to getting a quarterback, right?
Oh,
Whatever's left
that's
in the
not what I'm
market.
saying. I would have never went into camp with the quarterback room that I had.
But it looked like
That's
they
what I'm
tried.
saying.
But it
I
looked
would
like
have
they
never
tried.
went into camp with the quarterback room that I had. We didn't try to go get nobody. We just went around, put around to pick up Heineke.
I
And
don't
Logan
know.
Woodside was already on the roster from last year. We signed him the last game of last season. We already had
let,
Woodside.
I think
let me
they tried.
respond.
That's
Let me
just
I
what
respond.
we
would have
just
went
Let
and
me
got
respond
Heineke.
to
I would
you.
have went and got a vet that is going to push and make Ritter have to beat him out to be quarterback one. We didn't do that. We got a vet that allowed Ritter to be comfortable in his skin to play to the best of his ability. And the best of his ability is not good enough to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. That's the difference. I would have never went into camp with that quarterback room that we came into camp with.
I get it. Where we differ is that I think he actually tried. And I don't know. No, like Flacco is a miracle story, but the way that his career ended in with the Jets, no one thought that he was gonna play like this.
Well, yeah, but let me see. You say if we got to the end of camp and he had to tell Arthur Blank, and see that's the problem right there. He shouldn't even be reporting to Arthur Blank. It should be him and the GM in cohesion. And even
I
if they
get that.
did get to the even if they did get to the end
Even
of
if it
training
got to
camp,
McKay, it
even
should
if you got
stop
to the
there.
end of training camp and realize Red ain't the guy, it's up to y'all to, if you're trying to, salvage this season, to come up with another plan. Maybe you bring
So
some
who
more
did they go
quarterbacks.
get? So that's what I'm saying. Give me an example. Who did they go get at
Or
that point?
at that point, I'm not
Well,
sure who's out there. But I'm saying
We could have went
it's up
got
to those
Jacoby
two
Brissett.
to salvage.
We
You
could have
leave
got
Arthur
Teddy
Blank
Bridgewater.
out of it. Arthur Blank shouldn't even
Both
be
of them would have
involved
started
at that
over
point.
on Ritter.
Who?
He said
Jacoby Brissett
Bridgewater.
or
I'm
Teddy
saying,
Bridgewater.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
we could have
have a
got
hell, Colt McCoy would have been better.
Andy Dalton. We could have got Andy Dalton. We could have
Yeah,
got Ray
I'm
Rifle
saying.
before he re-signed with Carolina.
Well, at this point,
Yeah.
we didn't know how good the defense was going to be. But my point is, if you get to the end of
If you
training,
spend all that money
preseason,
in a defense, that defense supposed to perform. Point blank period. If I done spent all that money in that defense supposed to look good.
yeah. But
So
Keelan
now,
said,
when
you
it
said
goes to
that.
complimentary football, what am I missing on the offense at this point? And that's a
Well, you said if you
quarterback.
get any team,
Why
get to
would I
the
go
any
in
team.
quarterback with two quarterbacks? We did the exact same thing 2 years in a row. We
Well, you shouldn't.
we
You got
went
the
with
same quarterback.
Mariota and Ritter, who are the same person. Mariota and Ritter are the same person,
You
and
need to
then we
know
go
who's
with
picking these guys.
Ritter
Is
and
Tanner bringing these
Heineke,
guys
who are
in?
the same person, huh?
Or is Richmond who's bringing these guys in? Because you're right, the quarterback room sucks. And if you get
And
to
the
the end
stuff
of
for the
training
past 2
camp,
years. And to be honest, the stuff for the past
but
3
you
years.
still can't give up, though. You just don't go into the season and say, okay, my quarterback room sucks. I'm going to still just go ahead and play these sorry ass guys. No,
Naysayers.
you got to find something that works. And if you get to the end of the preseason, you realize this ain't the guy. Number one, you can't play him, and number two, it's your job, GM and head coach, to figure
To
something out
improve
because
the
fans are
roster.
going to expect the QB situation to be solid, and we're going to expect wins. And we're not going to. I mean, you don't want to sell excuses. Now, first of all, you leave Arthur Blank out of it.
Hi, John.
You as the GM,
Hey.
and as the head coach, figure this out.
All right.
Now,
Go ahead, John. Go
now,
ahead,
now,
John.
now,
No,
okay.
good. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna give you an example of what you're supposed to do. All right. Now, number one, we're all agreed, and whether we aren't, the facts have kind of proven that Ritter should have gotten a lot more work during preseason in live fire situations against other teams, not just in the practice, not just practicing against his own people, but at other teams.
Yep.
Which would be
We
the
had
3-day
a
scrimmage against
scrimmage.
the Dolphins.
Yeah, yeah.
He
We
did.
we had
I don't think that was enough.
a preseason
Hell
game
no.
against Cincinnati
They
in
ain't winning them.
9
2013. I
snaps.
think that's what the year. Cincinnati beat us to death on the line of scrimmage. I mean, man, all of the plans and everything that we had about what we were going to do and how we were going to perform and plays we were going to run went right out the window right after that preseason game because we got mauled. Dimitrov and Dan Quinn got on the phone, started grabbing whoever it was that was available to come in.
Levitri.
Yeah, and Levitri, everybody, they started grabbing people because we looked pathetic. That's what
Chris Chester and
and see,
Mm-hmm.
that's what
Matt, all them boys
Keely,
I thought you back.
Keely,
Look,
that's the
Jay.
reason I'm saying that, okay, he might not have gotten better, but you would have seen the problem in the preseason and been able to do something about it and find somebody other
That's what
than
I think.
him
Yeah.
to come in.
So you saying in preseason he would have seen something that he didn't see in the scrimmages?
Okay.
But see,
he would
okay,
say the same thing that he said in
now,
training camp.
now,
That's what I'm saying. I don't think he would have seen it. That's my
It
point.
was too much time. It was too much time that he lapsed. They could have. It could have been fixed. It was too much time. You got training camp, then you have joint scrimmages and stuff, and then you got preseason. And
Well, Winston, you're making my point. That's my point to say that preseason didn't matter at all because, like you just said, he would have seen whatever he had to see all throughout training camp, all throughout that. So that's the ultimate indictment on him that if he didn't make a switch by then,
exactly.
There you go.
We're saying the same thing.
That's my
But
point.
We saying the same thing.
But to my put for that reason that Winston just mentioned is the reason why I say preseason wouldn't have changed anything. It wouldn't have mattered.
No,
Because-
it wouldn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It wouldn't have mattered to as far as what
To Ritter.
To any evaluation of his talent, because the same snaps that was devoid in preseason, those same snaps were replicated in the scrimmages. They were replicated in training camp. That's what I'm saying. Whatever.
Okay. Now
So-
to your point, you're correct. Okay, all right.
So you said
go
against
ahead,
other
go ahead.
competition, right? Not even his own competition, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever snaps he would have missed against other competition in preseason, he got in those scrimmages against the Dolphins.
No, well, I can't say that.
He got more snaps against the Dolphins than what he did in the preseason.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. John said he need to get scrimmages not just against his own team. And I said whatever snaps he would have gotten against other teams in preseason, he got against the Dolphins in those scrimmages. He was playing against another defense.
Okay, now, but I'm not limiting the need for snaps to just one different team. You had 3 preseason games. Okay, so you should have been getting snaps. You should have been getting snaps against each one of those 3 preseason teams that you played. Okay, not just the Dolphins and not just the scrimmage, whatever. Because see, now that's one defense. That's one defense.
And then he got a shot against the Bengals.
Okay, that's it. But the thing was that when Arthur Smith gave him his blessing after one series, that condemned him. That you know, you go to the electric chair.
That ended it in INT.
Before we got off the rails, that was my question.
But you did ask me that. Yeah, I need to answer your question about
so
should he be fired for a bad evaluation
for missing on a quarterback?
I would say people have been fired for less.
Yeah.
I think it was less. I think it was his temperament and his attitude that really ultimately did him in, because what he did would be easier to stomach if he had the approach of a Terry Fontenot in terms of his personality.
Did the offense regress this year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question for you.
The
So
eye
we're
test says it regressed.
okay.
Well,
So hold on,
let me see what the
on.
numbers say real quick.
All right. So here's why I actually pulled up. I pulled up Ritter's stats for the this season. All right, and here's the Here's some numbers I just want to throw at you. It's the attempts. All right,
Mm-hmm.
Desmond Ritter had 388 attempts, and we know he did. There were two and a half games he didn't play. Two, or a total of 3.5, or a total of three, because there was few that's going to be like 6 and 4. There's two of those. All right. So first game, 18, and that was a win. And now understand, Ritter's the third round. We're talking about trying to work with him. Wouldn't it behoove you to try to have 25 to or less attempts, so that if we're hiding him, we want to make sure that the offense is efficient. You try to run the ball more. You see what I'm saying?
But I think the game dictates that, though.
Hold on, hold on.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, and we're talking. Hold on. So we're talking about the quarterback. This is the quarterback he awarded the job to. 32 attempts against Green Bay. 38 attempts against the Lions. 31 attempts against Jacksonville. And I remember a lot of people saying his best game was against the Texans. That's 37 attempts. 47 against the Commanders. 25 against the Bucks.
Quick question, C-Dub. So
yeah,
the point you're making in terms of the attempts is what?
Well, what I'm saying is you're asking about the quarterback if you miss, right?
Mm-hmm.
He awarded the job to this quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
He gave the job. He threw the keys. He said, "You got this," and he called games not like he's a rookie. He didn't call these games not trying to hide or mask his. Yeah, he didn't hold back. He was, because I remembered in interviews that he did with Duke Sabell, he would actually say, "Oh, are you trying to hold back Ritter?" Or he's like, "No, we're not holding him back. We're throwing it all on him." And he's exorbitant. And that's what, so we're talking, and now that was in the beginning of the year. Well, then when you're hearing the numbers, he starts going downward, and then you're going, did we regress? So do I think solely him missing on the quarterback got him fired? Actually, I'm going to say no. But I am going to say the digression of the offense, as well as the quarterback not being whatever you want to say, but also, yeah, the manner he chose to speak to the media. Because remember, we all made the jokes, but we also said he really does act differently with certain media than he does the Atlanta media, and that's why I was saying that Atlanta media was coming for blood. That presser, and that's why Arthur and Rich McKay looked so dumbfounded, because they did not expect it. Because Rich McKay even said it on 92.9 when he was like, "Guys, I'll tell you, I did not expect that."
Well, all right, CP. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Can I respond real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
In terms of regression, I'll say this. I don't know if it was just a stark regression. When I looked it up, we averaged 19 points a game this year, and last year it was 21. I don't know if it's that dramatic of a drop from 19 to 21. It's a drop.
It's a drop, but yeah, go ahead.
And as far as the pass attempts, it was kind of along the lines. I know me and Winston was talking about it earlier. Was that, I mean, I believe this to be true, and I know Winston was talking about it earlier as well. He tried to hide them, and as far as the pass attempts, I think that's determined by the gameplay. It's the same thought process of us being up 30, and that means Bijan rush attempts are going to go up because it's the fourth quarter, and we fit to run the game out. I think to my belief, which we were talking about earlier, was that there was an attempt to hide Ritter, but
Mhm.
however, he couldn't.
When
It
the
was worse
situation
than
caught,
it was worse than he thought. And NFL DCs are some of the most brilliant DCs in football. That's
Mhm.
why they're
I agree.
coaching at this level, and they found his weaknesses and exposed them. And
Here's the question. Or I'm sorry. I just want to say this before I forget my point real quick, or not a
go.
point, but something that I want to throw out there. But this is also another thing that we talked about, where if you and see, I don't think it would have been so bad if Arthur Smith and Terry were all saying, "Oh well, they knew that Ritter was trash." Well, if they knew, let's hey, talk to Ritter. Hey, we've got to do something. Let's find somebody. Let's try to get someone over here to either help him to get better or get somebody that can do this job because he's not able to do it. And they never did. And that's the other thing that I kept saying, his ego. And because, look, I get what you're saying, but he stuck with Ritter the whole year.
all right,
Yeah, he benched him a few times, but he would put him back out there.
so I think you answered the question.
Hold on, Q. What it? ACP.
Yeah.
Can we all agree that we ran two different offenses in the past 2 seasons?
Oh, yeah. That ain't a doubt.
All right. Now, can we all agree that we had two terrible quarterbacks in the past 2 seasons?
Mm-hmm.
Now, with that being established, which quarterback did Arthur Smith maximize his talent?
My honest opinion on that is Mariota.
Case in
And
point.
and
That's another
again,
reason why
yeah.
Arthur Smith got fired.
Yeah.
I said before the season, if you go back and look in the Atlanta Bird game before the season, I said British should not throw the ball no more than 20 to 25 times. If you throw anything over that, we are in trouble.
Yeah.
You can laugh at it. Now you see what's going on. All right. Now, if you know your quarterback is a liability and know that he's turnover prone, how do you hide it best? We should have been running a more RPO type offense like we ran last season with Mariota.
And
The
I
only
thought that's a
the only
yeah,
reason the
yeah.
only reason why we didn't is because Ritter is not a decisive runner like Mariota. That's why
Yeah,
we
you can
didn't
definitely
run it.
tell he hesitates a lot in that run. It's weird. It's like if it's snap moment, throw that
If it's
thing.
wide
Yeah.
open, he's gonna run. If it's
Yeah.
not, he's gonna hesitate. He's gonna pick the wrong hole. All right. So at that point, there's literally nowhere to hide him anymore. You can't hide him anymore. I can't run you. I can't run
Yeah.
you, and I can't throw down the field because I'm scared of where the ball can go. How can I hide you?
Yeah.
There's no way for me to hide you. And we tried our best to hide him. We're sitting there throwing little screen passes to Bijan out in the flat all season long.
Yeah.
And defensive, like Keely said, these are the best defensive minds around. That's why they are in the league.
Mm-hmm.
So if I know that if I take away this screen pass, I have to force him to work the ball upfield.
Yeah.
Anything past 8 yards is a liability. It's a crapshoot. You don't know where the ball going.
Yeah.
I can't hide you anymore.
Yeah.
Then with Heineke, you can hide him a little bit more because you could run the RPO with Heineke. We could have ran the same offense that we ran last year, this year, with Heineke. You can't do that with Ritter. That's what I'm saying. That's why Arthur Smith got fired because
I
his
don't think it's an
decision making
offensive.
makes
I
no
don't think
sense.
it ain't no offense in America you can run with Riddle.
You can't.
Yeah.
You
I
can't.
think also, guys, the other thing is I know we had speed receivers like Scotty Miller, but the fact that we weren't, you know, just sometimes just that quick out or something to break up that defense, because there was times it felt like the defense was always on top of us. Like there was no way the receiver. Like I would be surprised when the guys got separation.
because that's the smartest thing to do as a DC.
Oh, of course, yes.
I'm gonna make you throw the ball past 8 yards. You
If
want to
you
move the
got
ball?
rid,
I'm gonna
if
make
you
you
got
throw the
rid
ball
of,
past
if
8
you got
yards.
rid of that quarterback, I'm gonna keep 7 people. Right, like Winston said, I'm gonna keep
So I'm
7
gonna keep
people
him
from
in the
snap.
box.
Yeah, right there in the flat, and we ain't going no deeper. And my safety is gonna go. I'm gonna punch your ass to throw deep, and as soon as your dumb ass try it, I'm gonna be right there to pick you off 30 times a game. And that's
You know what I
how
would do?
important it is.
That cover two defense that we was running a lot this season, but we were getting burnt deep. I would run the exact same defense against this offense,
Mm-hmm.
but rid of behind him.
Man, I swear,
I wouldn't jam
they
nail receiver
Okay.
off the line,
they were
huh?
in the cover one on his ass, and he was still throwing the damn pick,
And
man.
still get
So
pinned up. Like at
if
that
you
point,
guys wanted,
there's nothing you can do.
How you
And
trying to cover one?
the
That got to be one of the easiest defense to read.
the the
uh,
the,
eh,
big, the biggest thing about that is if you have cover one and you can't keep the ball in play, or you underthrowing it where the defender can just jump it, or like you overthrowing it, like there's nothing more I can do with you. And
Right.
when that happens, you need to go to the bench. Like when Mariota will overshoot some people, and every once in a blue moon, he'll luck up on a deep ball. It
hey
was enough to be
guys,
respectable. It was enough to
yeah,
be respectable.
Mariota can read defenses. He just didn't execute the play
John,
well. Williams
Exactly.
can't read defenses to
uh,
save his life. This
And
man
still
can't
all
can't
right.
save
execute the
shit.
play.
If you guys had the
Yeah,
choice
he can't execute the play.
if you guys had the choice of quarterbacks either to draft or sign, and you know who's the guy you want, who you think that will that is going to help us the most, that actually you could see give us a better chance. And look, I know we don't even know who the coach is and everything, but I'm just saying, who's the quarterback? Are you wanting to draft? Are you wanting
Two guys.
to
It's
trade?
two
But
guys.
who's the guy you want?
It's two guys who can possibly do it all on their skill, and the coach is just enhancing, and that's Caleb and that's Daniels. Daniels can run just as well as he can pass. You get him a good coach, and he can hone it. Caleb is just the real deal. Caleb is a little shorter, but Caleb got skills. Caleb might be just about a little shorter Patrick Mahomes. I think Pat like 6'3", 6'4". Caleb like 6'1", 6'2".
Like
But
hell, like
either
six
one of
three.
those guys, if the Falcons get any one of those guys, I think we'll be, because I think Jalen could be the next Lamar Jackson, and Caleb can be the next Patrick Mahomes.
What say you, Keely?
Everything Red just said.
Oh, okay. What about you, Winston?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna give you three.
All right.
It'd be Caleb, Daniel, and May.
All right.
Who
Yeah.
you comp? Who you comp?
All
Who you
three of
comp
them will
May to?
fit.
Who you comp May
Uh,
to, Winston? May. Who you comp
May,
him to?
if
Ryder,
Hawks.
if
Brady.
May had some more weight on him, I would say Josh Allen. But
Oh
he's
damn!
superiorly smaller than him. So
You think May? You
I,
think May that Superman type?
yeah, you seen him year before last? How you thought they ended up getting ranked this year?
Oh, I know
Like
they lost their rank this year too with it choking
look,
ass.
May was lighting them up, running and passing. They couldn't do nothing with him. He just ain't had the defense to carry along with him.
That's Caleb issue.
Right now, I would say like May is like a bigger Russell Wilson in his prime.
All
That's how you
right.
play. This is exactly
I'm
how
gonna
you
know.
play.
I'm gonna learn a lot about May through the combine and through the pro day. Cause right now,
Yeah.
personally, I ain't sold on
I,
him. And then the way UNC fell apart down the stretch, man. To
like
me that would affect his stock to me. But we'll
the
see if he can pick it back up doing the pro
the
day and
the
combine.
the combine is nice if you want like factual numbers, but the combine doesn't tell you what they do on the field. On the
Not
field,
really.
like look, I look at Tyler Algier. People was like, well, he too slow. He just gonna be a uh a 2 yard running type player. But if you go watch his tape at BYU, you can see that he's an all around back. And he's slower. He's slower, but he has enough speed to sit there and break them long run. And that's what he was doing in his rookie year. And then what he turned around and do this year? Took 75 yards to the house. He's fast
Yeah,
enough. He's not
I
fast
agree.
enough to
I
do
agree
it
about the
every.
combine. But the thing about the combine is once it's over with, the draft trackers are a little bit more realistic. You know what I mean? Because now all the players would have went through the combine, and now we'll know a little bit where they're
Yeah.
tracking at through the draft. Cause see, right now ain't nobody went through shit. That's why it's hard to answer some of these questions. But see, after the combine, now we'll know right before pro day, they'll
But
start
Yeah.
me,
tracking
me
it
personally,
a little bit
I,
more,
I
a
prefer
little bit
game
better.
tape. I
Yeah.
prefer
I
game tape.
prefer game tape too.
I want to see. I want to see what you do when you got them pads on and you going up against competition. And
Well, yeah,
how do you
that was
handle
we
that?
all looking at.
I'll say this
That
though,
was we
that
all
game
looking
tape really jacked the Jets up though, because
off Zach Wilson.
yeah, because they really got fooled off that
I
game.
thought that was the
Yeah,
combine that fooled them when
Oh,
he did
Nah,
that throw.
they
Al,
saw
Al,
all them.
Algier got
because
Zach
he got
Wilson
it
into the
right
league.
there. Yeah, he elevated
Tyler
to the
Algier
combine.
got him into the league because he was his running back, and he was sitting there breaking records and all that stuff. He was doing
Don't
everything
tell,
for the
don't
man.
tell
So
me.
John,
All he had to do was sit there and make a couple of throws like we were sitting there hoping that Ritter was able to do this season, and he couldn't do it.
so John, hey John. So I was just asking them, and I just wanted to get your opinion. The quarterbacks,
Well,
are you wanting to
John don't
draft?
watch college.
Or
John
I
don't watch
know, but
college
I got
football.
to But I do want to hear what he has to say. It's like I said, it's just right now. It's like we could change our minds by the time we get to the draft. But
We will.
but do you want to just pick up a guy, trade or sign a free agent, or just go ahead and let's get the quarterback that we need in the draft? And if so, who's the guy you're looking at?
Man, at this point, I'm kind of, I really don't know which direction to go because each direction we go in, we're liable to still end up back at the same freaking place because of the people that we have that's going to be making selections or doing anything.
Yeah.
So, and like I tell you guys know a lot more about college players than I do. I don't really pay attention to college. I saw I saw a piece of the national championship. But thing was that I can't say like Penix. I'm not really in a position to say whether he dropped or lost stock because of what happened in the game. Because
I think so.
that's what I'm saying. I can't say that.
I think
But
had he won and had a good game, I think his stock would have rose up. And this is compared. I mean, in addition, pending what he does in the
I
combine
think if
and
he
the
would
pro
have
day.
won, he'll still be a second round pick.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then nothing. Well then, yeah, it's right where I am then.
That
I
man
mean,
got
I still gotta watch
that
the
man
game
got
because I
them
mean I was
he
at
got
work.
what, 2 ACL tears, bro.
yeah.
That's
And
We
them,
Keely.
and
Y'all on
shoulders.
second post when he showed out the first game. This stuff said, man, this is what I was in Atlanta. We kept saying, dude, he don't damn had 2 surgeries, calm down. And then after he played Monday, everybody said, well, I changed my mind. You shouldn't even been on him in the first place, dumbass.
and he got
I
on
mean, yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
motion.
Terrell Davis had 2 ACLs
yeah,
season off too.
and Gore too. Frank Gore,
Right.
he had a lot of surgeries before, and then he had a good long career. I think my thing is this. When it comes to the quarterback, you know, oh, sorry. Yeah. So once got to the quarterback, it's like I like Dean, or it's like I'm interested in Caleb. I'm not real, strong on him. I'm definitely up for Daniels if we're done to go draft. If we're gonna try to trade, I know Kyler is a lot of money, but I think he's the one that has the high ceiling if we're gonna really go for something. But like I said, it's just going to be interesting to see who these jokers are going to actually find and talk into coming here. Because I'm hoping, hope against hope. I know everyone's not strong about it, but I'm hoping Harbaugh comes down here and just looks at everybody and goes, "Y'all just stay out my way, and I'll run everything." Because
If Harbaugh comes, we getting Caleb or Daniels.
I agree. No.
I can guarantee you that.
Again, if he's here, he can pick who he wants. That's how I see it.
As a matter of fact, if Harbaugh, that's why I said they need to decide because if Harbaugh comes, they might definitely want to trade up because he'll say, "Look, guys, we at 8. Probably not gonna cost us that much, or if I identify the guy that I want, then listen, that's why I say I definitely think we need a head coach that's gonna be able to get up in somebody's like John say, we need a head coach that's gonna put his foot in his owner and toothpick Decay's ass and tell him to duck the hell out of my business because I got this. I know what I'm doing.
I would love.
Now, gentlemen,
Last take, Red.
Last take. A minute apiece. What do y'all want for this Falcon organization to do? Greg, you go first.
I want the Falcon organization to hire a coach that when bonehead wannabe Vito Corleone and Toothpick Decay come around, say, if you don't get out of my damn office, I'll put my foot so far up in your ass that you're going to be tasting my toenails. I got this. I know what I'm doing. Let me do my job because I have been doing this job before you was itching your daddy's pants, little Decay. And Arthur Blank, yeah, well, I'm younger than you. So my daddy younger than you, but old man, you don't know nothing about football. I know football. Your Home Depot employees ain't even as stable as my football mind. So do me a favor, old man. Go to the golf course, go to Home Depot, and go take a staff meet, but let me run this football operation because you hired me to improve this trash can organization. So let me do my job. Peace.
I see that.
All right. So it's real simple. Get you an experienced head coach. Don't screw around. Get a guy that's been there. All right. Get Harbaugh. Hell, if Mike Tomlin's available, go get him. If not, like I said, those are my two guys. If not, then look at Flores, look at Morris, because they are young, strong guys that can lead a team. And again, it's about leader of men. Let them decide the fate of the quarterback if that's where they want to go. And then, honestly, just get the hell out of the way. Do not embarrass us. And it'd be nice if we can hear from Terry that would be a bonus. But if not, if we get Harbaugh or Tomlin, they want to be the GM, then let it happen. Let Terry go do his thing. So that's really what I want to see in the upcoming weeks.
All right. John, you got any more work?
By hook or by crook, get me my damn ring, my trophy, and my WWE Championship belt.
Yeah.
It's just simple. If you cheat, don't get caught.
Yes.
That's all I'm gonna tell you. If y'all gonna cheat,
ain't cheating,
don't get caught.
You ain't trying to
I'm
win.
have to watch out for Harbaugh because he be cheating.
Hey, like some famous Spanish guys would say, we lie, we cheat, we steal.
Eddie Guerrero.
You know it.
Yeah, I just want us to get a dominant head coach that will get this franchise, not just the team, this franchise back on track.
Well, honestly,
And
that
please,
we're gonna have to
Lord,
pay.
please go get our damn quarterback. Don't get us a quarterback for a year. Go get our franchise quarterback. Go get our Knicks Matt Ryan type.
Yeah.
It don't have to be in the same mold as Matt Ryan, but bring
Get
us
somebody
that
stable.
stability.
Somebody
To
who can
that, yeah,
stabilize the
yeah.
position for 10
Bring us
years.
that stability to the position that we had for 14 years. That's all I
Yeah.
want. All I want.
We
But
ain't got
with
to look
that,
up in the draft every year saying, what we going to do? We already know we got the quarterback, so we can focus on. When you got a quarterback, now you can really focus on your defense then.
Yeah.
Well, all right, gentlemen.
with that,
As usual, it's been a pleasure.
Appreciate
I'm
you
about to
having
shut
me,
it
fellas.
down because my meds are starting to kick in. I see at least 12 of y'all right now. I'm just looking straight, so go crazy.
Well, we appreciate having you.
Yeah.
All right. For everybody that was on the panel, Keely, James, the Dixon Way, Ron, Red, C-Dub, my partner Winston. We really appreciate
all
you
y'all
guys.
shout out y'all social. Let everybody know where they can find you. C-Dog, go ahead.
At CAAWTN on X, and then you can also find me here. Just find my name. I'm got a YouTube channel, C Double, and then the C Double Facebook page where I'm putting stuff out there and trying to, just kind of throw myself out there. And me and Red are working together lately.
All right.
We'll say a prayer for you, C-Dub.
Thank you.
Oh, boy. Red, co-host Red and Real Sports Show Saturday mornings, YouTube and Facebook, 11 a.m. You can also catch me on Facebook, on IG, Eric Red Rose. Not hard to find me. The one, the only, special guest.
We lost your employee identification number, Red. So.
and your W-2. And your W-2.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we'll get that by October.
Don't even worry about it this season.
You might get it. You might get it October. Don't worry about it. It's on the way. So
don't worry, I just get me a girlfriend with some kids I can claim as dependent. Like every other man.
And that, my friends, is the American way.
Hey, all right, Red. They got a lot of that outline tape. They got bukus of that outline tape. You mess around. Oh man, they found him.
Oh,
man, I guess we got to call Keely.
Yeah. All right, and to everybody in the chat, we had some people come through, and Antonio Henderson. I told you C-Dub is my special team coach for the purposes of the example earlier tonight, and he gonna get them. At any rate,
yep.
Everybody that stopped through, we really appreciate you guys stopping through. Like like I said last night on the Bird Gang, me and Winston said on the Bird Gang last night, hey, this is 2024, and we gonna start it off with a bang. And the type of news that we get, we can't help but starting off with a bang. Can't help it because see, man, we revel in misery, and misery makes news all the time. All the time, something bad happened, or like the old saying was, when news breaks, we fix
it. Yep.
So, John, let me get one more thing. Yeah, this season has really been the year for exposure, and you got to thank Cat Williams. He seems like he's inspiring everybody. Atlanta media say we are about to expose things this year, and I'm happy. I want 2024 to be the year of exposure, because the only people who ain't got nothing to worry about are cool, honest guys like us. If you've been lying, if you've been scheming, if you've been bullshitting, it's coming to light this year, and that means
it's coming.
Circles.
It's about to catch up with you. Better bet.
Oh yeah. The rundown.
They got exactly what they deserve, and it's going. I hope this ain't the last of it, because
the land, like y'all said, like y'all been saying, the landscape has changed. Monday changed everything.
Yep.
As long as people are willing.
Don't I say Ritter? They can't sell Ritter coming back. You think after what happened, you think
Red, never say never. Red, never say never.
Ritter will be back. Ritter will be back, but he'll
be back. Yeah, he'll be back.
He'll be like the third string quarterback.
No.
Hell no.
I don't get him sitting at the end of the bench playing on his phone or play on whatever he's doing on his phone. I'm talking about after his Monday press conference, he will never be the starter again. Okay, they're gonna get two new quarterbacks.
He'll never even sniff it.
Man, please, they'll eat him alive. They'll eat him alive.
Well,
ladies and gentlemen,
never say never.
Well, you're right. Never say never.
That's right. Never say never. Because see, man, and never say it can't get worse. Don't never say that.
Yeah. We stopped saying that.
The Falcons will tell you, hold my beer.
We'll
show you. We'll show you
in 2022.
What was that?
We said that in 2022.
Yeah.
and then the year of Ritter came along.
Ritter said, guys, I got this. As he fell down the stairs.
Because the elevator for the Atlanta Falcons, it just got a down button. It don't have no flows. It just got down. And you mash that sucker. We'll see you if you get back. But gentlemen,
no parachute.
All right, gentlemen, I got to shut it down. Matter of fact, now I don't know who either of you guys are. So it's time for me to go. And once I come out from under this here and heal up a little bit more, I'll be full strength, acting a fool on the eye test.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. We see y'all next week.
Sure.